that he's going through, and I know he doesn't say it, but I
He must
feel
be
that
exhausted.
yes, he must be
I've been
exhausted.
so damn cold, it's taken me 8 hours to thaw out. And I'm still not thawed out. And he's had surgery and everything and been to 3 other webinars. I couldn't believe it.
I don't know how he does it.
I don't
So
either.
hello, Sylvie.
I wish I
I
had
just
something, whatever he's got.
yeah, I just pray for him. That's all I can do. Just pray and send him his this energy that we have. So we gotta rock this.
He's wonderful. That's all there is to it. He's just marvelous. He makes your heart sing. I
Absolutely.
watched him in that other webinar where he in Russia. I think no, Germany maybe. And he was talking about his goals, and he wants $1,000 a day for his family and $1 million to give away. I thought, God love him. He puts his family on a budget, but he's looking forward to helping others. Marvelous. It was just marvelous.
Absolutely. I
$1
like to
a day
say
to give away too. I would love $1 million a day to give away as well.
Wouldn't
oh
that be
wow.
lovely? I wouldn't know how to act. I'd probably help every poor horse in the world and all my animals and the pigs. I just got rid of a pig because I took it, and my girlfriend and I took it from somebody was going to have him butchered. And so it took us 6 weeks to find a place that would take him in. And he weighed so much, nobody could ship him. He was so big. So if I had $1 million, I'd probably be in big trouble. Big trouble.
I like to say hello to a few guests that just joined us. Amede Chingel, I hope I said that right. Daryl Colvin, USA. Lisa Sobel, welcome. MK. I see Rob Barnhart. I saw Rana Ubert. I believe he spoke today, and I send you love and hug because I was driving. I wasn't sure, but I just wanted to send you hugs and energy. Roy Clark, Sangram, and let's see. Yes, I believe I say hello to everyone. Milo, you were about to say something and I cut you. Sorry.
I don't remember what I was going to say now. I forgot.
He's
That's
such a
all right. I'm
rapid
sure it
fire.
wasn't important, but I'm just so happy and so thrilled to be here. I know what I think I was going to say is we were talking about Ash, and we really all need to keep our Ash in our prayers and stuff,
I agree.
because
Honestly.
he has a load on his shoulders, and but he holds up so well, and he's incredible. I mean, when I watched that, the webinar today, it was remarkable.
I know, and what he shared, and a lot of the founders share in their story. I feel like whatever I went through, it's just like a little bit, tiny bit. It's like a little grain of rice, because when you listen to the founder stories and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened to this person, and what kind of strength they have to just go through their life, and many stories that we've heard, Milo. It's
Absolutely.
touching me, and it's
Well,
like,
they're life lessons.
yes,
Every
absolutely,
one of us have our life lessons and our
absolutely.
stories. Without our stories, we I've been fortunate to meet people that have had amnesia and they don't have a story any longer. And the trials that they go through, because regardless of what our past is like, we've learned from it every day of our life. We know what we don't want. Boy, I'm one of those that I made so many damn errors when I was growing up that I don't even want to record them anymore. But however, they're part of us. That's what you guys do. That's so valuable. We see the ones that are in charge all the time and all the leaders, but the little person that's behind that's maybe afraid to talk. Like I've been an audio person on Blog Talk for years, and it's a piece of cake. I know how to talk, but I'm terrified. I'm a recluse, literally a recluse, because I hear everybody's voices, all the time. So I can't even go grocery shopping anymore. But on passive, it's given me a new lease on life. So I'm talking people, and I'm going to talk to everybody I know about this. But I want to say this about Ash today. He gave me new energy to forge forward because he is phenomenal. If he's not an example to follow, nothing is. He's marvelous. And so I'm excited tonight. I can hardly wait. And
Absolutely.
I hope you guys are too. Oh, can I say one more thing? Julie,
Yes.
let's not forget Mbandana's father died, I guess, yesterday or today. And so please keep her and her family in your prayers also. She's such a lovely human being. And I wanted to mention that, so all of us can put her in our prayers tonight, because losing a loved one, her father, especially, it's especially hard. I'm sorry.
Yes,
That's all I'm going to say, Julie. I'm going to mute my mouth here.
No, you. Thank you for sharing that with us, and I do like to say hello to a few more guests that join us today. I see on my screen is Viviana Rodriguez. Hello, Viviana, welcome. I see Marie de Yelsel. Hello, Marie. I see Cherry Ocho. Hello,
Bonsoir Julie, bonsoir Milo.
Hey, Terry.
Hello. I see Key Wendell. I see David Schweitzer. I see Barjesh. I see Bajay Aron. I see Carlos Sanchez. And I see Leo Anderson. I see Myvi. I see Myvan 71 at hotmail.com. I see Marianne Dawson. I see Nicole Roy. I see On Passive. I see Regal Enterprise Investments LLC. Let's see. I see Rosemary Rodriguez. I see Roy Clark. I see Scott Hughes. I see Seller Formiyam. I hope I said it right. I see Val's Sweatzet. And I see William DeLorme. I think I see another phone call-in listeners. Welcome to the Julie and Milo Show Friday night chat. And I like to say the usual thing that I say every single show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Julie and Milo Show. My name is Julie. My name is Julie. I'm coming to you from Newport Beach, California. My dear friend, Milo. Milo, could you please say hello?
Hey, how you guys doing? Milo from Nashville.
I have to emphasize the Julie and Milo Show. I don't know if you noticed, but there is one video out there, and I'm just going to challenge you to find it, because I said the Julie Show. And that's what Milo has been using that against me, like tease me all the time. And I just wanted to share that. Milo, would you like to start the show tonight to welcome everyone? And also, yes, if you could please help me to.
Oh my God, Julie, this is like a dream come true. We're sitting here on a Friday night with all of our friends, and it's amazing. It actually is amazing. And when we talk to the people, when it first started out, we did the show where we did how can On Passive help, and we were trying to build our team is what we were. And then we said, hey, let's do away with all the links in it and stuff, and we want to do it for the community, only for for anybody to use whatever they want to. And then we came up with, let's talk to the founders. Oh man, what a hit that was. I mean, because we talk to people, and I mean, whether you listen you can go back and you can search the stories and you can look at them. You know, you go listen to Marty DeGarmo tell how he come up through the ranks. You know, Arthur Gully, how he used to carry Bibles around or whatever for preachers and was their armor guards and stuff. And Chris Johnson, oh, the amazing Chris Johnson that Chris Johnson and me, if we get together, it might not be a good thing. I'm just telling you that right now. Yeah, we could be double trouble. But I do like to say this about when every time I talk to people, you know, and I hear how they started out and how everyone come in and they were wondering about how much money they're going to make maybe. And now it's so beautiful because it's changed. And I love On Passive. I love the heart, you know, and when I talk to people and you know, they're telling me about, it's not really about the money no more, or the apples. I gotta get that right, I guess. It's not about the apples no more. It's about how many apples they can give away, you know. And it's just so beautiful to hear that. And I was talking with Marty today, and I said, can you imagine when I get to go back, or when me and Julie get to have people back for that second round after it's been done, and you guys get to tell me everything that you told me you were going to do that now you're doing. It's such a beautiful thing, you know, and it is important at this point, because we don't have it, but to get our mind and our heart right so that we are ready to give that out, you know. And I think a lot of us, me and Julie talk about this too a lot, is, you know, a lot of us have been struggling and stuff, but you know what? It's like, it's not really a struggle no more, because we see this huge light at the end of the tunnel. And wherever you are in life, you know, right now, if you're in On Passive, that light at the end of the tunnel is bright, and it is huge, and it gives us a hope, you know, and stuff. So I'm just excited about being here tonight, and excited to be here with all my friends. And we got some cool stuff coming up tonight. Hey, Robert.
Thank you, Milo. Isn't Milo look good in pink? Everyone's give him a thumbs up. He looks so good in pink, and his twin is actually in the house too. If you can find his twin. I like to say hello to Elaine, hello to Anna Long, hello to Sherry, hello to I just saw. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going down. Hello, Gerald Cook. I'm just keep gonna go down the list. And hello, Lynn. Hello, Maddie. Hello, Neil Ingram. Hello, Polly Cherry. Hello, Robert Tentullo. You make amazing posts out there. Keep going, my dear. Let's see. I know I saw.
Jeffrey Morlock is here. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. I know. I saw that.
Jeffrey Morlock. All right, Jeff.
Hello, Cedric Flowers. Jeffrey.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Man, I tell you, is life good or what?
It's a beautiful day.
Jeffrey,
Man,
you didn't
hey,
say that
Robert.
hello. Jeffrey.
Robert, just want to tell you, I'm
Awesome.
praying for your mother, brother.
You didn't
Robert.
say that hello right.
Oh, hello.
Thank you, Milo.
Hello.
There it is. Okay. Hey, listen, any of you that want to speak, we want to hear you all tonight. So we're going to go by, you know, when you raise your hands, but we've got a ton of people on here, and we definitely want to hear from all of you, because I know we're all excited about what happened today. Man, so start raising them hands up. And Julie, shall we go ahead and get started? Oh, you got your hand raised? Go ahead, Julie.
Yes. I would like to say thank you to Ash, his family, his team, his tech team, and all the employees in India, in Orlando. Every night I just wanted to pray. I pray for you. I pray for you, for your wellness and health. And I don't have any other word, but I just want to say thank you. You've changed so many people's life. And I'm not going to say more. I just want to say thank you. And I also want to say thank you, Marty. You have the key to the Maserati. And now all of us are sitting in the Maserati or a Toyota is fine too. We love Toyota and we love any car that's comfortable that actually can drive us to the destiny that we have a purpose in this world to be at. It doesn't matter where, whatever that car is, and we both have that vehicle, and that vehicle is on passive. And I just wanted to say thank you. And I don't think the word thank you is enough, but I just want to say thank you. So yes, I'm done talking.
All right, Julie. How about we move on? We got Trevor Peters in the house. Trevor, unmute yourself, and why don't you come on forward and give us a good word?
Well, I had an awesome webinar and everything all planned out today, and I put the wrong link in. So I made a video. I made a fantastic video. I don't know if it got recorded or not because at the very end of it, my computer shut off. So technology is not my friend today.
Oh, geez.
Can't wait till all this stuff's done for us.
That's for sure.
I guess we still have to add the content though. No, I was doing a webinar over the new On Passive website. I don't know if you guys have taken a minute to actually go and actually click on what we have and go down to the FAQs, click on each product. It really goes into detail about each product and how to navigate the website and how to do certain things, certain aspects. So that is a wealth of knowledge, let alone the blog. Oh my goodness, there's endless information there too. So I am just so excited to be part of this company. As Susie and Cindy was saying on the webinar earlier, this is my company. This is your company. Ash has created this company for all of us, including himself, including everyone in this entire world. What a better place to be. That's my spiel, and happy to be here. Thanks, Milo. Thanks, Julie. Thank you, everybody in On Passive, for doing what you do.
Thank you, Trevor.
Awesome.
Say welcome. Welcome, Pam Turner. She's dressing like she is going to the beach with us. We are going to be on the beach. We're all going to just flow in the water. Welcome, Pam Turner. And I see other guests are coming as well. I will say hello as they come up. Milo, please continue. Sorry, I got
All
you.
right. Next up, we got a hand raised. It's William Delome. William, come on up. Unmute yourself, William.
Can you hear me?
Now I do.
Yeah, okay. So what I wanted to say, I saw the Milo and Julie show yesterday with Michael Williams. That's awesome. I'm not very, like you say, a numbers guy, but he certainly is. And he showed it yesterday. So I do have the IT professional course. I did do things to make my life a bit better in the future. But as I said, everybody got into businesses and they all disappeared, and so did the money. I really like being here because it's going to improve me, because when I was in the hospital, I lost a lot of energy, and my cerebellum, when I lost my balance, affected everything. So the more I speak, the better I'm going to get. So a lot of people here also have many stories that I appreciate, because I can relate to them all. And my struggle is definitely very hard for me right now. So being here is a challenge for me. It has to be done, and I will do it. And I'll walk again. Thank you.
Thank you, William. You will. It's the will inside of you. And
Amen, brother.
I believe that wholeheartedly. It's inside of you. Thank you, William. I would like to also say hello to Tim Dillon, Mario, Susa, and Frida. I just see your name pop up. And if you have your hand raised, I see Maddie is next up. Maddie, would you like to unmute yourself?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Maddie.
I didn't know I was the next one online. I mean, doesn't anybody else raise their hand? Good grief. So excited about this webinar tonight, but I was really annoyed because I got hacked whilst the webinar was going on, and I had all these hundreds of notifications coming up with this stupid message going out to everyone, and I thought, what I do? So I missed out on a big chunk of the webinar when Ash was on because of this stupid hacker and his nonsense. Lo and behold, I managed to get that sorted, and a friend of mine about half an hour ago sent me that same message 3 times. And I don't know how that happened. So I've warned her, Hashem, I had to wake her up. And I've warned her that she may have been hacked as well. So, yeah, so as excited as I was flipping annoyed at everything that happened, because now I'm going to have to go and through the whole recording again just to catch up on the bits and pieces that I've missed. But hey-ho, that's life. You know, that's how it goes. But Julie, Milo, you know why I wanted to come on here tonight. So shall I go for it?
Do it.
Yes, darling.
I was on the Julie and Milo show earlier on last week. This week. And there was one item on the list of things that I had written down for them to query me on or to question me on that we didn't actually get time to do. So I said, if I can manage to stay awake on Friday night, Saturday morning, I will come on the show and I will then share that bit of my story with everybody. And it's quite interesting and quite funny. As a very staunch Christian, it's the story of how I met my husband. He's my husband number 3 and last. And I swore I would never get married again. But this particular night that we met, my very best friend in South Africa was nagging me for weeks on end to go over to this karaoke gig that her boyfriend at the time was running. And she was nagging and, you know, I said to her, it's just not my scene. It's just not me. You know, what am I going to go and do and sit in a pub listening to a whole lot of drunkards singing their lives away? You know, it's just not me. It's, you know, come on, you know me. She says, yeah, but you know, you never go anywhere. You never go out. And how are you going to meet anybody if you don't go out? And I said to her, I'm not interested in anybody. She says, but you told me last year that I need to find you a husband. I said, yeah, but that was just a joke. She says, no, but I took it seriously. And if you come up tonight, we are in your town, literally round the corner from where you live. And I've got a few guys lined up for you. I thought, oh, my word, what now? You know, I really put my foot in it that time, you know. Anyway, I went home, spoke to the kids about it, and they said, "Oh, come on, Mom, we'll fit you out with a nice outfit. You need to go out. You need to have fun. Go for it." I said, "But listen, guys, just listen. The name of the karaoke is Hot Stuff. The little red devil, the big tail. The place where they are playing is called, just wait for this one, that one got my hair raised like you cannot believe, the G Spot. I almost lost it. I said to them, "Do you really think I should go to this place?" And they pushed me, they nagged me. Eventually, I think it was about 9 o'clock at night, I decided, you know what, I'll go and sit there for 15, 20 minutes. And I sent her a text. I said, right, I'm on my way, but do me a favor. Do not, because I know you, do not advertise it when I walk in. Just keep it low. Well, guess what she did? The minute I set foot in, "Maddie!" big and loud, and everybody turn around and say, "Who's the celebrity here?" So yeah, that was my night. And cut a long story short, hubby and I just set eyes on each other. We didn't even utter a word. We just looked at each other, and that was it. We were sold. Been together 26 years now.
Wow.
Thank God for karaoke, man. I love karaoke.
Hallelujah.
There's a few of us that love karaoke. I see one down the bottom there, Mario. I know me and him's talked about karaoke, but
yeah,
if you talk about karaoke, man, that's me. I love it.
But the best part about the one part about the whole thing is that my husband was part of what was called the rented crowd, moving around with this chap. Him and this guy who was running the karaoke were good friends. So they used to play in different gigs, and he used to go through the week to these different gigs. And this particular night, he didn't feel like going. He, like me, got ready late and decided at the very last minute, let me go and show my face. So we both didn't want to go, but we both decided very late in the night to actually go for it. And that was just meant to be.
That's awesome. Things happen the way they're supposed to be. All right, we got another hand up. Let's move along. Ron Hubert. Ron, come on to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I'd like to thank Julie for her kind words. I appreciate it. Thank you, Milo, for letting me come on. This is because of Marty DeGarmo that I'm talking, because he's been busting everybody's chops about not talking on the webinar. So, Marty, ha ha.
Good job.
William, amen, brother. Where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, keep up the good spirits. I spoke with Ash today. First, I sent him an email, and he wanted me to share it on the other webinars, so I figured I'd share it here too.
Please do.
I'm a retired police officer in Orlando, Florida. I'm now a private investigator, and I have just myself really, so I don't have to answer to anybody but my wife. And I have been married 41 years as of February 16th of this year. She is my rock. She's been through health and trials and tribulations, and me working midnights for many, many years. But I've been on the webinars since I joined in December 14th of 2020. But I've never spoke. I've never came forward. I just kind of sit in the background and watch people and listen to people. And I like to watch people's body movements and facial expressions when they're talking, because in my profession, that's what you can really tell about somebody. It's kind of a learned thing, I guess, to watch people's behaviors. But I've been watching Ash when he speaks, And from his body language and from his facial expressions, this man speaks from his heart. And, you know, everybody says that. Oh, you know, he speaks, but I'm telling you, this man speaks from his heart. And when he says something, he means it. It's kind of like me. I'm kind of straightforward with people. I like to joke around. I like to sing karaoke and all that stuff. But I was tired. I don't know who on here, but who's out? Raise your hand if you're tired of work, living paycheck to paycheck. How many people on here like that? Yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of hard. Our Social Security check to Social Security check. That's even harder. I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of watching my kids live paycheck to paycheck. I have 4 daughters and 8 grandchildren. So we've got a full house most of the time. And I'm like Marty. I love my grandkids. Don't do anything to them, buddy. You're going to deal with me. But just the company that he has put together for $530,000, is that what it is now? Maybe a little more. That's unheard of. It's unheard of. And I've been in the network multi-level marketing for probably 20, 25 years. And there's no such thing as passive income there. You either recruit, 3-way call, cold call people, or you don't make any money, period. And don't let anybody tell you that you're going to make money just because it's a network marketing company. It doesn't happen that way, folks. I'm telling you from personal experience. I think the first one I joined, I made $6.24. And I thought I was doing pretty good. Oh, well, you got to start somewhere. But on passive is the opportunity for everyone to build a business, build a bushel of apples or a whole orchard, and you don't have to work at it. If you don't want to do it, you don't do it. It just takes longer for you to get more apples. But I wasn't going to do much when Della Burke is my sponsor. And when she called me out of respect, I said, okay, I'll listen to him. Well, I listened to, I think it was Mike Ellis. And then I saw a Ash McFarah webinar. And I said, okay, I'm in. But I'm probably not going to do anything. Okay, it's passive. I keep myself busy. But I couldn't hold myself down once you start listening to people on these webinars and chatting with people on the internet through the chat box or Facebook Messenger. The only thing that bugs me is I never get notified when Marty's going to be on. I'm always an hour late or so because I can't chat and bust his chops. But there's people like Marty out there that I have to thank because I've reached out to him several times on questions and issues that I've had, and he has been gracious enough to respond to me, give me advice, and help me out. So Marty, kudos to you, buddy. This company is everybody's future. And if somebody tells you that it's too good to be true, I just smile and laugh and say, yeah, you're right. You probably don't want to do it. You got to get a lot of no's before you can get a yes. And I learned that a long time ago. But anyways, I just want to say that about Ash. If anybody doesn't believe it, I'll argue with him to the day I pass away that this man is real, this company is real, and it's up to you to get what you're going to get. Okay? The company will build it for you, but it's up to you to get to where you want to get to. Okay? But anyways, that's all. God bless everybody. Thanks for letting me talk.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Man, it is so true. You know, and I always say it at the Julie Milo show. I'll be talking and I'll say, hey, On Passive is changing the world, one person at a time. You know,
Yes,
and it
sir.
started with Ash MUFAREH. You know, so
Yes,
we can all
sir.
go back to Ash MUFAREH, but it's so beautiful to see all the people coming in and it being changing. Another one I always like to say is, hey, founders, it's time that we quit treating our multi-million-dollar business as a $97 expenditure.
You know, Milo,
yes.
Milo, if I could say one more thing, imagine this guy didn't have to share anything.
Absolutely.
He didn't have to share anything with anybody. Okay. Imagine what he would be worth in apples if he didn't share it with anybody. But out of his heart, in his kindness, in his beliefs to help people, he shares it with anybody and everybody that wants to be part of it.
I love that. You know, and the thing about it is I like to say now, you know, we've got this same opportunity, and if we share it, the more we share it, the bigger our bucket comes. You know, it's the craziest thing. This is just something that's never been done before. I mean, when you look
Absolutely.
at it, you know, if you give away 10 spots, you make more money. You know, it's just crazy. But anyway, let's move along. We've got, who do we got coming up? My buddy, Key. Come on up, Key. Unmute yourself.
Hey, Milo, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Key?
I'm good. I learned today that, hey, Julie, hey, Chris, hey, Jeffrey, and Marty, my buddy. How are you, man? Good to see everybody. I am in chill mode. I'm orbiting. As you can see, I'm out there. And I'm relaxing. Chris, sorry I didn't get the helium voice for you tonight to make this even funnier, but we'll do that one night. But, you know, I'm fortunate. I can jump in the car and I can drive. I don't want to say how far. It's not very far, but it doesn't take me a very long time to go and knock on Jeffrey's door. And Jeffrey and I had a visit yesterday, and he shared some things with me, and I shared some things with him, and it's just, you know, it was a good visit. But I want all of you to know that we all have done something, and you all are included in it. Jeffrey, can I share it? You're good with it? All right. Everybody heard Omar's joke, right? Did everybody hear his joke on when he came on? Well, yes. we sent Omar a little thank you gift from all the founders. So Jeffrey got that off in the mail today, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Ash show him up with a little bit of On Passive garb on. But that was just something fun, and I just wanted to mention that I think we all have changed probably our reason. I think our first reason to get involved in On Passive was the apples aspect. And now everybody's starting to look at, well, you know, when you have so many apples, I mean, I think the biggest thing in life is you always want what you can't have. You know, you see a car on a lot and that, man, I'd really like to have that car. Or you go by the marina and you see a boat. You know the funny thing about boats and yachts? Somebody will pull a big old yacht in there and somebody else will hear about it who his yacht's 2 inches longer. But guess what he's going to do? He's going to go pull that boat over there at marina. He's going to park beside him so he can stand on his deck of his boat and say, I got 2 more inches than you do. I mean, you know, it's just it's a game. And I think On Passive is kind of, you know, I haven't really heard that here. I haven't seen a lot of people posting pictures of Maseratis and you know, Rolex watches and all this stuff. And I think that's the beauty of it. And I really do believe that we all are connected. I don't think it's an accident that you're here. I don't think it's an accident that I met Julie. And Julie and I share some history, not personal history, but it's global history. And it was, if you all heard her story, you know, what her father went through. Well, my father was over there defending and fighting for her country. And I've shared something with you, and I'm gonna try and share it with you because it's really what's important to me, what I'm going to be able to do to help some of these veterans and law enforcement. But there's a thing called the TAP code, and I don't know if you guys know where I'm going with this, but people that spent time in POW camps, the most important thing to them was communicating. And it's just like we're doing now, we're communicating. Well, when you're in a POW camp in North Vietnam, Hanoi Hilton, communication and breaking people down is one of the things that's their game is to break you and to get information out of you. So one of the things, and I'm gonna try this and see if this will work. Can you all hear if I tap my earphone? Can y'all hear the tap? Okay.
Yes.
I'm gonna tap something, and then I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'll explain it real quick, and I'll be done. But when guys came into, as they became POWs in a North Vietnam concentration camp, this is what they would hear once the communication channel was open. And it goes like this. I think I just messed up. Do y'all still hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. You can hear the tapping.
Did you hear the tapping?
Yes.
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 Okay. That's the tap code. And what I just tapped was GBU. And what that communicated to guys who knew the tap code was God bless you. And once guys got that, they knew that they were amongst friends and they had somebody looking at over their back. And it's a huge, huge morale booster when you're in a concentration camp by yourself in a 5x6 cell. In fact, if you ever get the chance, go to Dayton, Ohio, go into the Southeast Asia room, and they've got some cells that they have brought from Hanoi, and they played some tap code for you. The GBU is about all I know, but most of you who know me or have gotten to know me a little bit know that some of the, I'm a big supporter of my dad's comrades and support museums, and that's what I plan to do. But I just wanted to share that with Julie and you guys as well. And this big family, it's all about communicating and having each other's back. And I appreciate all of you so much. That's it.
Milo, can I tag onto that?
Yes, go ahead, Jeffrey.
Key, thank you so much for that, for bringing that up and for sharing that. That's absolutely awesome, and it's got a message that's relevant to us as founders, in that it is all about connectivity. It is about having each other's backs, and it is about supporting and encouraging, and that's every one of us. Each one of us are unique in what we do. None of us can do what the other one's doing, whether it's Arthur or whether it's Julie or whether it's Marty or Key or me or, I mean, man, when you look at Mr. DeLorme, or you look at my retired policeman there from Orlando, or even Maddie, who shares a similar experience I did with love at first sight from my wife. I mean, every one of us have stories, and every one of us are connected. We are connected globally, and even more than that, we are the net and we are the hope for the future of humanity in what Mr. MUFAREH has done with On Passive, and how we're going to be able to spread and provide through what he's given to us in that connectivity globally. So thank you, Key, for bringing that up, because you're right. When you know that there's other people out like you and you are not alone, that can make all the difference right then and there. So God bless you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
wow.
Jeff.
Thank you, Key. Thank you for sharing that with me and everyone's watching. Yeah, it's not a fun story, but we can talk about that later. Tonight is a fun night chat. It's not a crying chat. So Julie, stop crying. I'd like to bring on the brother that Milo and that Milo and his brother always fight whose mom loving the son the most. Anyway, Curtis, thank you for all the beautiful inspiration poem that you have been sharing with us. You are so awesome. Please unmute yourself. Where are you? Did you jump somewhere? Curtis?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Can
you
you
now.
hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Hey, Ron, I just want to say I appreciate that part about living from paycheck to paycheck, because I just got promoted and now I don't have to live from paycheck to paycheck. It's direct deposit to direct deposit now. But with On Passive, that's going to change. And you know, my brother Marlon or Milo, you know, he asked me to write a poem in that, and so after Ash's son told the joke about the test, the poem said that the teacher said the test was a piece of cake. Well, he changes the words up and he puts down that the teacher is a piece of cake. I don't think that's what the little boy was talking about, you know, but he gets kind of messed up every once in a while and don't understand. I'm sure Chris has found that out a lot from him, that he kind of does that. But you know, I'm passive is something that is really good. And if you listen to Ash, really all the things that he has to say, and he didn't have to share none of this with any of us, and he could have been super wealthy, you know, with the knowledge that he has and everything, but no, he decided to share it with all of us. And you know, I'm looking at my part, and I'm big into the water industry. I retired from the city of Shreveport, and I was actually responsible for the maintenance of the water mains and sewer mains in the city of Shreveport. And we actually had over 1,200 miles of water mains that we maintained. Now that's from Shreveport, Louisiana to Canada, if you stretched them all out. And that wasn't including all the service connections and that. But you know, we had an organization that I was with when I was president of the Southwest AWWA. It was called Water for People, and it was started by a guy, his name was Ken Miller. And what we ended up doing, you know, you can take and you can give somebody a meal, you can give them $20, you can give them $100, and what do they have to show for it? They don't have a thing to show for it. But what we'd do is take and go over, and I never went on any of the trips, but sponsored people and all that kind of stuff to go over. And what they do, they'd take the native people and they would teach them how to drill water wells, how to treat their water, how that they could take and make it a viable product, or a good drinking water product. And you know, and it's really came home to me right now, because I'm in Shreveport, Louisiana. I've been without water since Monday. We have not had any water at all in our house. We take and melt snow and to flush the toilets. You know, I went to my brother's and got some water. And people don't realize, you know, the people that do all the repairs and everything in the water system, they see people out there and they say, well, that guy's just standing around, he's not doing nothing. But you don't know that guy was out working 36 hours, you know, or he was there and he's waiting on his locates to come in. And that my deal with On Passive, I believe that we can use this. I can use part of mine to take and help out the people, so that everybody has water, has good water. And that's one thing, you know, you can get by without a lot of stuff. You can get by without electricity. You can get by without internet. You can get by without gas. You can get by without your vehicles, because you can walk and get wherever you need to go. But one thing you can't live without is some good drinking water and a way to dispose of it. them guys that's out there, and you know, they bust their butt all the time, and everybody wants to say, well, it's electric, it's a fireman and all this. And I had a deal, and if any of you are firemen, I'm sorry, but this is just my point. Say, well, the firemen, they put their lives on the line. Well, how would the firemen like to take and have a semi-load of bottled water backed up and them have to unload that bottled water and put out that fire? That's not the way it works. They hook up to a fire hydrant, these people do. And another thing, I have a granddaughter that one is in competition cheer and one is in, she plays softball. And the one that plays softball, she's 15 years old, and she's been on the USA All-Stars for four times and was invited this time. But the deal with that is they will not allow them to play if they're playing high school, because they'll come back and they'll take wins away from the high school deal. So she's a freshman this year playing that. And I'm sure all of you have had children, grandchildren in them kind of sports. And that gets very expensive. And so I've got one of them set up for my grandchildren. One for the one is just for grandchildren. It's for the competition cheer and the softball to help out with all the expenses, because it gets very expensive. But you know, I'm so glad that On Passive was set my way, and I got it through my brother Marlon, Milo, whichever you want to call him. And I told him when he called me up, and he said, Kurt, you really need to get into this. Kurt, this is the best thing. I said, Marlon, do you know how many best things I've heard from you? I said, everything that you get into is the best thing. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. And I said, man, my wife's gonna kill me if I keep getting in these things with you. And he said, but you got to try this one. And I'm so glad I did. I'm glad I listened to him. And as far as the poetry goes, he deserves a lot of credit for the poetry, because his wife was in the hospital with leukemia, and they had a deal called Care Pages back then. And Care Pages had taken, he could put it on there and it'd send it out to everybody as to how she was doing and all this kind of stuff. Well, I took it and wrote a poem one day, and I didn't think nothing of it. And he sends me back a message. He says, man, I love that poem. Where'd you get it from? I said, I wrote it. He said, you did not? I said, yeah, I did. And my daughters said the same thing. She says, Dad, where'd you get that poem from? I said, I wrote it. They said, Dad, you didn't write that. You ain't never wrote nothing before. I said, well, yeah, I did. So then he says, well, write another one the next day. So I wrote another one the next day, and he called me a liar again. And so then the next day he says, well, write another one. Well, I included some of the stuff that he had said the day before. And I think that's exactly when he realized that I was really writing these things. And I don't know how it comes to me. You know, I get a little hint of something that's going on, like the Birdman, you know, and who is the Birdman and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of neat when you take and you sit there and the words just seem to come to you. But I'm so glad, and I'm glad to Julie, as Ash said, the lady goes first. Julie and Milo show for what all they do. You know, it's interesting to hear all the different life stories that everybody has to tell, and the struggles that you've been through. And yes, the struggles is real. You know, out there, the struggles is real, and it doesn't matter who you are. Everybody struggles at some time or another. But I'm glad to be on here. Thank y'all.
Curtis, good stuff. Curtis the Waterman. It is funny though that you know, that he can write them poems just like that. You know, I sent him this morning. I said, hey, look, I said, I want you to advertise, and I said, do something about the Birdman, and I told him a little about what happened, you know, and you guys will be hearing it later on tonight. It's funny. It's really funny. But he wrote that thing for me, you know, and I was able to, he writes them, and usually I'll go through and I'll read them. And so the thing with the poem, I read it wrong, you know, or whatever. But that was my fault. But usually I do a pretty good job at reading his poems for him, you know. But anyway, let me see. Who do we got coming up next? We have, and the other thing is about writing for my wife. He had never written one before. He's got a book this big now of poems, you know, that he writes all the time. If I had a wife, I would probably tell him, write me a poem for Valentine's Day or something, because he could do it, you know. But anyway, let's see. Dr. George had his hand up. Dr. Georgie, are you there? Can you unmute?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Hey, good.
Hi, Milo. Yeah,
hey.
I have been lowering it because I just was having some calls from work. So anyway, I think I have this window that I can speak. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Julie. I must say thank you to Mari also, that I keep following on his Facebook lives. And thank you to all the founders, those who are here, and definitely the major person who has made us all to be here, MUFAREH himself. So I have this feeling since I joined on Passive, there is this brotherhood, sisterhood, right? It's like the people who have become founders, and most especially those who show up in webinars, they are just like one big family, you know. I've never found myself in this condition, and I'm so happy that I found on Passive, or whether on Passive found me, whatever way it goes. So talking about the apples, like, which is already guaranteed, after I started learning more about on Passive, I realized it's a means for me to alleviate poverty, right, around where I come from, because most of the time in Africa, we really have big families. So at the beginning, I was seeing how I can help my immediate family, aunts, cousins, uncles. But now it has grown bigger, you know, when I realized, okay, you can buy more positions. Now I just have a thought. I say, okay, what about this village? I get a position for the village. What about, you know? So my wife and I, we have more than 100 positions. We don't know yet what we shall do, but we know reasons will come up for using them. Some of them we have labeled for philanthropy, some of them, but we just know that even if we don't have an idea now, we can come across somebody who is already doing some philanthropic work, and we can help the person, because we can't think of all possibilities right now. Let's just get the positions. The time will come when it can go into big use. So thank you very much. And I'm really happy. On Passive makes my day. Not a single day has passed that I'm not doing something with on Passive, despite my very busy work schedule. I do every possible thing to keep myself updated, you know. And the more, as Maria said, when on Passive gets in you, you act differently, you know. So my mouth is not shut, you know. People, all my friends, I know when they see me, they know I am associated to on Passive, you know. They say, oh, this guy will tell us something about on Passive again. And that's it. My life it has changed completely because of on Passive, and in a very good way. I'm very happy to be here. So there is Charles Osong. You should know him. I joined with him to make webinars to spread this information to Africans. And I've seen Thierry Ocho here. He's in our team to also spread the news to French-speaking public all over the world. So imagine he's now in France. I don't know, it's in the AM now there, but I saw him log into this webinar. So it's a spirit that when, oh yeah, Thierry is there. So we together, we try to also spread the news to the French-speaking public, you know, all over the world. Okay, that's my piece. I'll keep on knowing more people, and together we grow. Yeah, thank you, Thierry, and thank you, Milo, Julie, and Mari, and all the founders here. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Georgie. It's so good to hear that what you are doing. That's so awesome. Love it. Keep asking for opening up on the purpose of what we're doing. I know when you think of something, you just get a position. That's it. That's all you're going to do. Just get the position and then wait for the calling. And I believe that all of us are called to be here. We are chosen to be here. Because if we are not called, we probably won't have that recognitions of understanding or the wisdom understanding of On Passive. We're just like, okay, it's another company. But no, I believe that all of us are chosen to be here. So I would like to introduce the next one. I think down we have Delia. Delia, you're next. Okay, beautiful soul. Delia, would you please unmute yourself?
Hi.
Hello.
First of all, hi to everyone. And thank you for giving me the chance to talk. Milo is a favorite name because that's my favorite beverage when I was still a kid. Milo. And partner with Julie, sweet baby girl. You are a perfect combination. Milo is so sweet beverage. Anyway, I'd like to mention some of you. Really, I'm happy seeing people who are close to my heart. Everyone on Passive is close to my heart, dearly. But Chris Johnson, brother Arthur Gully, Robert. I love Jeffrey Morlock. Hello. Everyone here, I know your faces, your names. I'm just glad. And what else? Marty, yeah, she just texted me when the webinar was started, and she said it's hot. I told her not to pass on the message so that people are not open. And I like singing karaoke. Maybe I'll meet my partner. Anyway, I'm not advertising this one. It's just that it makes me, it is connected. I love karaoke. I'm talking about Ash because I really want to share this. And I've been praying for an online business that I don't recruit because I'm tired. All of us are tired recruiting, and always going there, up there, become leader, and I get tired because I cannot make money without recruiting and building team. So I've been praying that, and Go Founders knocked on my door, which is a divine intervention. And the moment that I heard As voice, even if I don't see him, January 21 after that, when I started listening and attending webinars, I wasn't even using my phone. My phone, I don't have laptop before, so it's a voice, it's just a phone. And I'm not a technical person, and sometimes I cry because how can I but it always connected me. Until now, I don't have absent of webinars because I'm so in love. I'm so in love with this thing that this is my prayer request. I don't want to be a crybaby. This really resonates me, my core. I love us dearly and this business. So that's why I'm so passionate, and I am so happy sharing my values or whatever I share about Unpassive because this is an answered prayer. This is a request. And all those time that until now I have issues, I have problems. This is not a problem, it's a challenge. So every time I feel bad, I always remember that this is an answered prayer request. That's why I don't get down. I'm from Texas. I'm experiencing that this time. Since Monday up until this morning, I thought I'm gonna die because there's no food, there's no water, there's no electricity, and I'm in a hotel and I didn't bring any comfort. That I was chilling, my body was shaking. And my group doesn't even know how I feel. That's why I was touched when MUFAREH shared us that all of us have issues, right? I was thinking I'm gonna die, and I talked to God. Oh, this is your fault, and I'm gonna die. You have to do something because I want to live. I want to share this, and I was really angry. And now the light came again and the water. I was really happy. I don't sleep. Why? I cannot sleep. It's so cold. It's so cold. I'm alone. And so there's really a trial all these 2 years that I've been joining since January 21, 2018. There's a lot of issues in my life after COVID. Hmm. My business, zone therapy business, because of COVID shut down. I was evicted, and I had to apply work again. And then there's two jobs that there is inappropriate. My boss, Chris, knows this. I told him I sneak out from my job because of this inappropriate ways. There's a lot, but I always think about on passive how I will bless other people because that's my passion. And my passion is serving youth. I married very late, 34. I thought I will never marry because my passion is to serve youth. So when I was thinking about this to serve youth, I was connected to Bert Burger. I don't know this guy because of Joey and Mello. I'm thinking, I have plans in my head because my passion is to serve the youth. And I want to connect to him so we could do this together with my kids because my 4 kids is an impassive founders. The 4 kids, and I'm very so blessed because I've been working on this, I've been helping people. Even if I don't have much money, I was able to help to other good founders and I was rewarded. Sweet rewards because I have 4 accounts that is offered from brothers who are so kind and gave that account to me. So that is my goal that my children have a position and it's an early position. I'm just very so blessed. I don't see that I don't feel that I'm not blessed. I'm so blessed. I have no house. I have no car. I was divorced from 20 years marriage. I If I think about my outside, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be depressed. But no, no one and nothing can put me down. Julie, I got you. I'm at your back. We are the same. Crying baby, but we are strong. My life is from within, and I want to bring out. And I appreciate all the leaders, the top leaders, who are really, really special in marketing. I love you, man. I love you. Every leader that I saw, Jeffrey, everyone. I cannot mention everything, but I know all of you have been working hard for us. Where can you get this kind of people are so loving unconditionally? I want to shout out. I sleep, I wake up unpassive. I always dream because my mind and heart is connected to unpassive. Someone, I'm gonna share this to you. Someone really talk nasty, ugly about unpassive, and I can't believe he's doing that. He said it to me. He hurt me, but I want to bless him. He has 45 accounts. He is double face. I cried because he hurt me. He hurt me. He knows that I'm in love with unpassive, and he hurt me. I don't want to be. I don't want to feel bad about that. But how could he? How could he hurt me about unpassive and about us and the leaders? So I pray for the person. I don't want to mention that name because I care for him. I care for him. I don't want him to be suspended. Yeah, but I was really
All right.
funny.
All right. Well, hey, thank you, Della. Thank you so much, man, for speaking to it. But Julie, why don't you go ahead and announce a couple other names? And Viviana, if you, I know you had your hand up a minute ago, but I don't see you now. But if you want to go ahead and unmute, and after Julie gets done.
Absolutely. Thank you, Milo. I would like to acknowledge my dear friend Bruce Bryant is in the house. I see Cynthia Brown is in the house. Welcome. And I also see Anna Martins, Australia. Arnold Simmons is in the house. And Outsider King is in. And Stephen Barrington is in the house. Bridget Moeller Medbally is in the house. Corina Lanz is in the house. Denise Alberry, Donald Marshall, Doug Barbo, I hope I said that right, Edward Henderson, Fortunate, I hope that's a great word, Fortunate is in the house. I see him, I see James Wash, I see Jana Francis, I see Jason Contreras, welcome, I see Judy Miller, I see Julie, there's another Julie in the house, I see Myvi Namwin, and Narelle Wakon, Australia, and there's two of Narelle here, and Asake Akioya is in the house. Ray Blees, I'm so sorry if I butcher your name, please forgive me. Robert Oates is in the house. Robert Rojas is in the house. And I believe Taurus Gray is in the house. Val Switzer is in the house. William Mills is in the house. Welcome to the Friday night Julie and Milo show. And I know up next we have Viviana, and I also have Chris Johnson going right after Viviana. I have Sherry going right after Chris Johnson, and Carlos right after, and Eric Kelsler, and then we have Carol, and then we also have Frida. So Viviana or Milo, back to you to introduce or invite Viviana.
All right, Viviana, I seen your hand up earlier, so if you want to unmute and come on out and give us the good word.
I was just, Key said something really interesting when it comes to these other companies. When I was looking online to have an online business, I kept running into these companies that showed you the fancy cars and the fancy house and a stack of cash. And to motivate you to join their company. And that was such a huge turnoff for me. It's like, no, that's not what I want. I wanted to be in a company where I could actually make a good residual income, but also, help my family and help, acquire things to be comfortable, not necessarily rich, but to be comfortable. And what I liked about this company is there's nothing like that. I mean, not even Ash. We don't know what kind of house he lives in. We don't know what kind of car he drives, and that is so refreshing. It's so refreshing because it's like, okay, this is a different company. this is something that I can, you know, I want to be a part of. But also just, you know, the simplicity, because with these other companies, you have to do the recruiting, you have to market yourself, you got to do all these things, even though they tell you at the beginning that you don't. But once you pay them, oh no, now all of a sudden things change, right? And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's experienced that. Well, now you have to come up with all this cash and to get your business off the ground. So yeah, on passive is really nice, because you cannot you don't need to know how to market. You don't need to be a tech guru. You just need to plug in. You know, pay your $97, get in, familiarize yourself with the company. If you choose to participate, that's your choice, and a lot of us have chosen to do that. That's why we're in this community, right? I joke around because we've all turned into Zoom junkies. I mean, we're always at a Zoom, no matter what. I mean, any part of the world, we're always on a Zoom, and that's what's so great about it. Because especially now that with COVID, that we can't you know, see each other as often, or we have to be careful. You know, we don't have that contact that we used to be able to have with everyone. So it's really great. It is so great. But the opportunity that's here is it's unlike any other. I mean, when we look at the quality of the products, I mean, they're products that we use every day, but they're enhanced. They're top notch. You know, I mean, it's just amazing when you actually look at what Ash and his team has put together. Is like, wow. I'm just like blown away. I cannot. Oh, I'm just in. I call it the passive planet. You know, we're just all. I mean, you know, a lot of us talk about Mars, but this is a lot further than Mars. I mean, we're just like out there, and the excitement that we have, you know, and it's just a dream. It's a dream that's becoming a reality. And I think once it launches, we're gonna be floating. We're already floating, but once it launches, we're gonna be actually floating. We're not gonna be able to touch the ground for a while. So what a great company. What a great CEO. I mean, you can feel his heart. You know, his love for humanity, and that's what draws us all together. We want to help other people. We want to eradicate all the corruption that's going on, and that's what's so special about this company. So yeah, I'm happy I'm part of it. I can't wait until it launches.
Thank you, Viviana. Thank you. I believe we have Chris Johnson is next. Chris Johnson.
Hello, everybody. Man, you guys are all looking beautiful. The ladies smoking hot. You guys, you know, you're all right. You're not a Marty DeGarmo, but you know, about a week ago, I asked a question to make people laugh. I said, who is this Ash guy you're all talking about? Who is this Ash guy? And let me tell you something. If you don't know who Ash is, you don't know what Unpassive is all about. I want you guys just think about that for a couple minutes, and I'm going to change up. I've been on these webinars here for, I don't know, a month or 2 months. I started in last October. I made a lot of great friends on here. Robert. Oh my God, where's my other stooge out there? Key, Sherry, Pam, Julie, Milo, Maria Della. I can go on. Robert, me and Robert, we text each other all the time. So if you see us giggling, he's saying something silly to me. But all these couple months, I can't believe that none of you have ever really recognized who I am. I was a professional boxer. Does anyone recognize me? As a professional? Anybody? Nobody?
Mike Tyson?
Listen, I boxed some pretty big names, and not one of you recognize me. I know I got this big head, but all right, I'm going to tell you who I boxed. I boxed lettuce. I boxed tomatoes. I boxed lots of apples. All right, I was a professional boxer. So I'm trying to loosen you all up. I see Carlos, he's coming up here. I've got to know Carlos through our posts, a big upriser. Arthur Gully, you know, I have nothing. Arthur's just Arthur, man. When he comes on, he explodes. But get out here, get out of your bubble. Julie is now doing lives, which I'm extremely happy she's doing. She's doing such a great job. And that's really what you got to do. All you got to do is tell the truth about Impassive. All right, and have fun doing it. You know, it's okay to laugh in here. It's okay to joke in here. That's what we're here for. All right, we came in for one thing, the money. Then we realized it turned into something else. All right, poverty. All right, and every one of you are always giving me these great stories, you know, especially Curtis about, you know, water. You know, look, I take advantage of it every day. We take advantage of a lot of things over here in the States. All right. There's other countries, whoo, they don't have nothing compared to what we have. And yeah, America is struggling right now. Absolutely. But there's countries all around us that's been struggling since the beginning of time. All right. That's the key. When I became a founder, you know, Pete Sure, he's on here. He's the one that signed me up. I think it was 15, 20 minutes. You know, I got into it. Didn't see nothing else but, oh, wow, artificial intelligence. Yeah, I can make some money off this, you know. And then I plugged into what these webinars are all about. All right. It's not about money. All right. You have rich and you have wealth. Me and Milo talked for 2 hours on the phone last night. All right. You have rich. Boy, do we tell some stories. Can't share them. Rich and we have wealth. You can be rich. But you know what? Rich goes away. But 50 years down the line, if you still got that same wealth you did 50 years prior, that's what you call success. And that's where Impassive is going to take us all. All right. We all know that. Anyone that's new on here, plug in, like Viviana said. You will get more excited about what you can do with your wealth, helping other people out. All right. I've heard Arthur say it. Pam said it. Every one of we say it because we know. Yeah, we're going to take care of ourselves. We're going to take care of our families. But then we are going to blow this world up with unbelievable wealth and changing everyone's lives. Not buying one kid a sandwich for the day. We're going to feed those kids 3 times a day. We're going to make sure they got water 3 times a day. We're going to make sure they got a place to sleep in. But we can all sit here and talk about it, and me and Milo discuss this. I could say all these things all the time. What we have to do is we have to actually follow through, because that's really what Ash wants.
Right.
You know, you hear he wants to give $1 million away. Hey, man, that's a great goal to have. You know, and keep $1,000 for himself. That's a great goal to have. So I'm setting my own goals. All right. And guess what? In 2 to 3 years, you're going to see a lot of people that were not very happy become happy. All right. Not just because they have money, but because they changed other people's lives. And that's really what Impassive is about. You know, Marty, if you know, I call Marty the average Joe. He's a lot like me. Besides the big heads, all right, he'll sit there and talk to you, and he talks real. He doesn't blow smoke up the chimney. He tells you like it is. All right. And that's really what you got to do. You know, I'm that excited, crazy, like to make people laugh kind of guy. I'm inspired by you people. Maria has actually called me and shared me some of her stories. And some of you else have, and it breaks my heart, you know. And I'm going to tell you something Marina said probably about a month and a half ago. You know, we're all going through struggles. She was going through a lot of struggles. And she said, you know what, but I'm not worried about it. Because guess what? I know what's coming. All right. And that's how you got to think. You know, that's how you really got to think. Don't think nothing. Don't think about yourself. I think when you become a founder, you stop thinking about yourself. I really do. I think you really stop, because as you guys share these stories, some, you know, Maddie, you hurt my gut because that was a funny story. And then, you know, you got people on here that I break down from. To hear how blessed I feel I am. Because remember, just because you think you have a problem, there's a million other people that have it a lot worse. I have 2 hands, 2 legs, my eyes are terrible, but I have eyes, ears. There's people out there who, like William, can't walk. And they keep going. They don't have arms and they keep going. All right. That's what this is about. You just got to keep going. Ignore negative people. They're always going to be there. And you know what? They're not going to be so negative when on passive is lighting up their little smartphone or their laptop, or they see it on TV. And I'm going to see, what do we have now? 530,000 smiling faces, and what they're going to do, not just for themselves, but for the world. So Arthur Gully was saying this about a week ago. You know, money can change you real fast, and it can. All right, and it will if you let it. All right, that was some pretty amazing words that came out of Arthur's mouth. You know, don't let money change you. If it's going to change it, do it for the better, helping people out. All right, we're all here to make a difference, and if we can't follow Ash's, that's his dream. That's his vision. You know, we have to keep that up, and we have to show Ash, out of respect for Ash, because this is what, I mean, he's sharing this with us. My goodness. All right. If we don't do what we say we're going to do now, then shame on us. And I tell you what, I am going to be watching every one of you. I'm retired. I can watch you all the time. And I want to see how you're changing people's worlds. So like I said, you want to save the dolphins, the trees, that's all great. But man, get the kids in first there. Let's put those kids first. Not only in America, but every single country. That's probably, I think, if you want to see Ash become a multi-trillionaire without money, I think that'll be worth it to him to see what he created and know that Papua New Guinea is now the place to go because they got beautiful houses and fresh water and food. You know, those guys are really doing a great job. So what you guys are doing, Sharon, listen to my voice, Sharon. All right, keep doing that. It's not hard. It's not hard. Like Marty said, if you come across Mr. or Miss Negative, there's a button. Click, push that button, and you keep going forward. All right, I'm getting too crazy. I love you all. You guys are all in my prayers. And Robert, get that smirk off your face. All right, guys. Cedric and where's our other buddy? Where's Kevin at? So you guys always in my hearts. Thank you, Mr. Ash, for sharing this wonderful dream that you had with us. And we're going to make sure that it keeps going forever. Thank you, guys. I love y'all.
Chris, we love your heart, man. I love how you get excited. And like I said before, I don't think anyone likes to have more fun than you and play pranks and stuff. So I'm going to tell one right now, while Julie keys something up for us. But the other day, Peter Schur was on the panel, and he was nervous about talking. And Chris, crazy Chris, he sends me a text and he says, "Hey Milo," he said we need to help Peter out. Said he's kind of nervous. He said, and he's going to talk. He said, "Will you text him and tell him he's got a booger hanging out of his nose?" And I said, "Chris, what are you trying to do to me?" He goes, "No," he said, "I'm serious, do it." And so I did. And we laughed so hard, we got to laughing back and forth on the thing. So Peter was going to be on our show the other day, and he was a little nervous about getting on our show. And as you guys all know, we try to make people feel comfortable, and it's easy to get on there you know, and we make it easy for people to talk and stuff. And so I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know why. I guess it was the devil made me do it, but just it was about time for Peter to come up. I just did a show and we were doing our second show. We had 3 to do that day, and Peter was the middle one. And so Peter was coming up. Peter was coming up, and I said, Chris, you want to mess with Peter? And of course, I mean, I don't even know how he typed it in that fast. Yes, but he got right back with me. I mean, it was like, yes. And so I said, well, I said, why don't you come on and be the host? And I said, I'll just disappear. And so we were going to do that. Well, then I realized that we got Julie involved with this too. How are we going? So I thought, well, it would be a good time to get Julie too. So I told him, I said, man, don't tell her, you know. And so I called Julie and told her I was sick. I said, man, I just come down with something bad, you know. And so I hung up real quick, kind of on her, because I couldn't hardly keep from laughing. Well, Chris gets in there, and he does a wonderful job on the show. And Julie, he even said to Julie, he says, does Milo ever play pranks on you? And Julie goes, well, no, not really. She said, but maybe subtly he does every now and then. And then she tells a story about what I said when she was doing her story. You know, but anyway, Chris, sometimes when he gets excited and stuff, his hands start going. He gets really talking really fast. I want you guys to hear behind the scenes at Julie and Milo what happened that day. So Julie's going to play it for you here. It's just kind of cool to watch.
Hey, Pete. Yeah. Hey, Pete. Yeah. All right, we're gonna loosen you up tomorrow now. I want you to go.
Wait. You want me to wipe my nose?
Yeah. Wipe your nose. Wipe your nose. Wipe your nose. Take a deep breath. Deep breath. Take a deep breath. Now shake your arms out. Now shake your arms out. Now shake your arms out. And then tweet like a bird. Tweet like a bird.
See. This is really funny. Do you know that it's recording? Do you know that it's recording? Do you know that it's recording?
I see that.
Your bird.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we got the bird.
Yeah.
Bird now.
Yeah.
You have Chris, bring it on.
Pete, you're gonna be now the new name on Passive the Birdman.
Yeah.
Pete, you're gonna be now the new name on Passive the Birdman.
Yeah.
Pete, you're gonna be now the new name on Passive the Birdman.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll post that so you can see it, because it's really funny when you can see the whole thing. Man, they're moving their arms. He's going real fast and they're moving their arms. It's hilarious to watch it. But that's what happens sometimes on the Julie and Milo show when Milo's not there, you know.
It's really crazy that he texted me about 10 minutes before the show. He said, I'm feeling sick. And I'm like, I picked up the phone. He said, I feel sick, and Chris is going to be on the show. I'm like, 10 minutes, Milo, 10 minutes. So I call him, and then I said, are you okay? And he's like, I'm okay. And he hung up the phone because I think he was about to laugh so hard.
I couldn't help myself.
And he was short, and he was like, and as soon as he finished, he just hung up the phone on me. I'm like, okay, pressure is on, right? So Chris went on. I gave the guideline of what he does. Chris is your replacement whenever you need.
Chris was so good that I had to jump back in there on the second question. I said, no. I'm okay, because I figured I was going to be replaced if I didn't get back there quick, you know, because Chris was doing such a good job. We was having fun though.
That was so awesome. Anyway, that was so funny. So I hope you enjoy that. There's a lot of behind the scene of On Passive, not On Passive. behind the scene of the Julie and Milo show. We will share with you some of the time. Right now we have guests raising hands, and I think I did read name, a list of name. Sorry, my daughter is just letting me know that the sister has left her phone and lost her phone somewhere, so I'm a little bit disturbed. We have Sherry is next, and then after Sherry we have Carlos, and then we have Eric Kelsler, and then we have Carol, and then we have Frida. So if I could have Sherry, could you please unmute your mic?
You bet. I can't wait to see that little clip there and laugh my butt off. If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right, right?
That's right.
As they say. Well, I am fired up. I want to say thank you so much, everybody, for having this event. I love these Friday and then Saturday fireside events and all the events. I'm just trying to catch up on some of them I've missed, but I'm excited for it. Our amazing CEO of the company was off the charts. I know what it's like to have a root canal done. For him to be there and talking to us was totally phenomenal and amazing. And the dude just had, I've been in it since 8/3 of 18. This gentleman's heart has always been the same, if not grown bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. There's too many biggers. I can't name them all. And this is just spreading like fireworks. The people that we're bringing in, and it's like an addiction now to a good addiction, because there's so much negative in the world. It's like an amazing good addiction now to come to all these events, even when you're tired, just to hear the stories, to hear the different countries' stories, because I always knew different countries were not on the same level as the US. So just to hear some of those stories has been totally amazing. And I am excited. I cannot wait till to get our apples. I have people that I'm calling that because I do another networking thing. And just the people I've run across along the line of the time that I've been doing that. They've shared with me like different things that they've always wanted to do with their money, with their apples. And this is going to bring their orchard to what they want to do. Like I have friends who are in VA. They want to make more buildings to put the VA people in there to help them more. I have a lady who, I hope I didn't lose you. I have a lady who wants to give more to her church, and she's been working herself to the bone to get to that point. And so I just have so many people I'm trying to get in contact with to share this with. Whether they jump on board, that's another thing. But I know how this is driven by the higher power, God. And Ash has just kept it always about that. And it was so amazing to hear his wife's voice and the strength that she has and their family whole has behind this thing is just nothing but phenomenal and driven by the higher power of God. And so that's all I got to say is I am fired up, and I am thanking you all, the people who have put their self out on the line, their time, their effort, staying up hours in the night, spending time away from their families, whatever it may be. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to share more stories with Julie and Milo after the launch, when I share with what our apples and orchard have done on this earth to create. That's all I got to say. I'm fired up.
Absolutely. We love it, Sherry. And we can't wait to hear that other story that's coming up, man. Those second stories are going to be phenomenal. And we just can't wait to hear them. Okay, next up, we've got Carlos Sanchez. Carlos Sanchez from the great state of Michigan. Carlos, come on out and bless us, man. Unmute yourself, Carlos. Hello, Carlos.
Okay, hello. How's everybody doing?
All right.
Okay.
Good. How you doing?
Good. I'd like to just say I'm glad to be here with everybody, with all the fellow founders, to hear everybody's stories, because through these stories, you know, you grow strength and understanding. And this is what really makes our company different, because we have truly a human touch to it. You know, that's what makes it real. That's what makes it positive, you know, because it's from the grassroots on up being built by everyday people. That's what is the uniqueness of this business. And that's what draws me to this business, is the human connection with people, to relate, to get to know them, and to understand other cultures too through their stories. You know, that's the beauty of this business for me. And I share with everybody. And we got my mom into it. And she was kind of, at first was kind of a little stubborn a little bit, because she just seen like some of the failures I had with online marketing. But after she really learned, like Marty DeGarmo always says, like when they learn and you teach them, they won't be quiet. And ever since when I taught my mom what this business is all about, she tells everybody. Everywhere she goes, she tells everybody about it. Her doctors, her people, the grocery store people, everywhere she goes, she tells about it, because she sees the blessing in this. She sees how this is going to uplift everybody, you know, who participates in this business. So that's the beauty of this company, that people get energized when they really learn and they really see what Unpassive is doing, the greatness it really brings to the world. So that's what I like about this business, is just everybody's stories and learning about everybody and connecting. That's the beauty of it. So that's just what I wanted to say, just, you know, my little thing, and just, you know, send my love to everybody, and really thankful for Ash and his vision, and thankful for the people in India working tirelessly for us. And only thing we got to do is just share it with people, you know? So can't get no easier than that. So it's a blessing, and it's a true spiritual journey for me this past 2.5 years. Been really a spiritual journey for me. So I just love everybody, and God bless, and keep sharing and just do what you guys are doing, because everybody's doing a great job. Everybody really honestly is. So that's my little 2 cents.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Carlos. You're awesome. Next up, I have Eric Kelso.
Yeah, I just wanted to say every day I wake up and I'm so thankful that I'm part of Unpassive. It's really been a blessing for me, especially today. The webinar really blew me away, and the main thing was Ash really amazes me what a man of humility he really is. He's worked so hard and done so much, but he still shows love for everybody. And when Jeffrey called him a genius, and he said, "Yeah, I am a genius," and just started laughing, I thought, "Man, dude, you are cool." And I put that in the comments. I said, "You are a cool guy," and he really is. And when he started talking about feeding people and just, you know, that really touched me, because one of my main things that I want to do is help feed kids. The thought of kids going hungry just tears me up. So I'm glad, and I hope that that comes to fruition, and that we really put an end to hunger, especially for kids, because they don't have nowhere to go. So I'm really glad for that. And the other thing I want to do when Obless starts out, I want to put in anything for autism, for foundation, and for research, because I have a son of that, and that's really close to my heart. So I know our passive is going to allow me to do that. I'm not much of a sharer. I do the best I can. I only have a small team, but that doesn't matter to me, because it's really all everybody here. That's what it's all about to me. And I go to every webinar I can, and it's just because Unpassive is in me, and I am in Unpassive, and I love it. And I thank Julie and Milo for having this. I look forward to it, and God bless you all. So that's all I got to say.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for the good words. I believe the next one we had that she had her hands up, I don't see it up now, but Carol. Carol, if you want to unmute yourself and come on out. Can't hear you, Carol. Carol? Now I can hear you.
Okay. Hello. Thank you, Julie and Milo, for inviting me. This has been wonderful. I normally watch any of the webinars or anything like this recorded. So this is like one of my first ones I've ever actually been on. So this is quite an honor. I've watched your videos all the time. You do amazing with the founders and everybody. I really love you guys and all you founders. you are amazing. You really are. Every one of you has the heart of Ash MUFAREH, and I am just so blessed and honored to be a part of this company. I love On Passive, and I ramble so much about it. A little about me. I've was a waitress for over 34 years. COVID happened and I lost my job. Moved up to Vermont to be with my, I have 2 daughters. I moved up to Vermont to be with one of my daughters. And I had been network marketing on the side too while I was waitressing to help supplement my income. And, you know, through the years, I did okay on some things, and then wow, lost quite a bit on other things. But after I moved up to Vermont, that's when I found On Passive. And my sponsor sent it to me at first. And first I was really skeptical. I was like, no, I don't think so. Don't, you know, I'm fine. I don't need that. And he kept sending it to me, and he kept sending it to me. And I thank God he did. Because then I finally took the time to really go over it and listen to it. And it's like, what have I been saying no to all this time? Oh my gosh. I'm such an idiot. So anyways, I joined, and I was so grateful and so happy, and just trying to dive in and understand and get as much information. I've been in since July. And so for anyone watching this, or any new founders or anybody, just continue studying On Passive, continue learning. I mean, you watch these webinars like every day. There's always new information. There's always new hearts, and it really is a family. It's amazing. It really is. There was so much I wanted to say, and now I can't think of anything. But thank you very much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You have the Julie Milo show to tell your story, Carol. So anytime, would love to have you on our show for an individual interview. So Milo, sorry I cut you. Milo?
No, I wasn't. I was just saying absolutely good job. No, it's you're up.
Awesome. Up next, I have Frida. Frida, if you could please unmute yourself, unmute your mic. I see you waved. There you are. There you go.
Here I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Milo and Julie, for this opportunity for us all tonight to get to hear from each other, because we are just one big happy family, and we all attracted people that are like-minded. So we all get it, and that's so rare. We have 530,000 people that get it. But I want to tell you that I am so excited. I am so excited. Ever since last Friday when we had our meeting and we talked about everything, I haven't slept. For the whole weekend, I didn't sleep. For 36 hours, I didn't sleep. And now, even now, I'm up till 4 or 5 in the morning before I can sleep. And then I'll sleep maybe 3 or 4 hours and I'm right back up. I just can't sleep. My mind is going 100 miles an hour. And I am so happy to be with this group of people. The love. I mean, I got almost 4,000 get well wishes while I was in the hospital. People praying for me. I felt the love. Y'all uplifted me to be healed, and I was. Now I'm back in just as ornery as ever. So y'all have to deal with that. But I am so excited, and I can't thank Ash and all the staff for everything that they've done. It's amazing what they've done in such a short period of time. And I don't get it when people don't understand why it's taken us this period of time to launch. If you look at just the products, just the less than half of what we're going to have that he's gotten Q to come out, they had to create all that from scratch. And I went to school to be a programmer, so I know what goes into that process. It's long and it's logical and it's tedious, but they've done it all, and they're also excited to be part of On Passive. The whole staff they're just elated. They want to work hard for us. They are working hard for us. You're not going to find that in any other company. You are not going to find a CEO, owner that has heart, because that's not what they were taught when they went to college. They were taught, you know, you strive for the best, you knock people off ahead of you, you do anything you have to get on top and make money. That's what they're all interested in, make money and power. That's not Ash. He's not that way. He has heart. He wants to change the entire business model. Now, who do you know that would even attempt that? I mean, I am blown away with everything that he's done for us. And I just want to say that I love you all. And I'm so excited. Can't wait for the beta testing. And y'all have a great weekend.
Thank you, Frida. Thank you, Frida. And it is great to know that we got this great big family, you know, and the power in prayer. You know, I like to say that, you know, I had COVID for, I was in the hospital for 10 days and 8 weeks. I never got out of bed, but Julie had actually sent or did a post, and it was picked up by Ken Russo. And I feel like there was 247,000 people praying for me. I don't know if there was, but anyway, I felt like that, and I know I got better, you know, and I'm happy, man, and I love this great big family. Next up, we got coming up is Mr. Arthur Gully, the Godfather himself. Come on up and give us the good word with that great voice you got.
Oh, yes. How's it going, everybody? And Chris Johnson. Man, you have me cracking up. But I want to thank you all for allowing to let me speak. Julie and Milo. I see Marty, a few other people. But I'm going to do something different today. And, you know, we have Hula Hoop Queen. What I like about this family is it's about having fun. You know, if we can't have fun, I can't work in a job or business and can't have fun. I mean, there's a time and a place, but there's, you know, we have a lot of fun here. This is what keeps us all lifted up. But I'm going to challenge somebody tonight. His name is Jeffrey Marlock. Jeffrey, I hope you're here. I see you. He's a singer. And guess what? I'm going to challenge you tonight. You can do it tonight or you can do it another night. But I'm going to sing this song and I want you to top me with this one. Have you anybody heard of Vince Gill? Vince Gill is my favorite country artist. And I know Milo, we talked about this before, prior to me being on the Julie and Milo show. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. I'm going to try it because my voice already crackling. But he's a high-pitched singer. Most people think because my voice is deep, I'm a Barry White singer.
I'll do my best to crack you up while you're singing.
I feel you on that. But here it goes. Excuse me. I'm climbing mountain out on the hill. You always running, and I'm standing still. You live for the moment. No future, no past. I may be a fool to love by the rules, and I want it to last. If you ever have forever in my heart, I'll be healed and easy to find. If your heart is ready to lay down with my hand, if you ever have forever in I won't sing the second verse because my voice is not right. But
you gotta be freaking kidding me, Arthur. Where the heck did that come from?
You know, I was talking to Milo. We were talking about this. See, I'm a gospel singer, but I like Vince Gill because he even though he's country, but he has a high pitch and he sings that those country songs and also gospel. And I was talking about my favorite really gospel song that he sings is go what is it, Marlo? Go
rest high on the mountain.
High on the mountain. I love that song. I don't know anybody can sing it, not even me can sing it like him. But
yeah, he's one of the best singers of male singers ever.
Yes,
no doubt. Very good, Arthur. Holy cow!
I like to say this.
I'm gonna have to change your name. I'm not quite a godfather anymore.
But here's something I want to leave everyone with. Speaking of the business, it's time for a revival. I mean, on-passive revival. So what I recommend every founder, go back into the back office and in the recorded videos, get the first, go as far down as you can. But the first one, I think, is in September of 25th of 2018, which I wasn't even in then. I didn't come into January the 23rd of 2019. Start there. And what you're going to do is revive yourself so you can start to feel this evolution that started from that date or whatever it was in that 2018 all the way up to 2021. Now, there's one particular video I want you to pay strictly attention to, and it's on April 25th, 2019, and it says, "I quit." Now, I want you to specifically and especially pay attention to that one, because now you're going to see that passion that Ash has, not only the passion, but you're going to realize that he's a person of integrity. He's always saying, I'm being transparent. Here's a man that was talking about a vision and it got to that point, things didn't work out the way he had planned it. Things are going on now. That's why he don't give no dates or no times of when anything's going to happen, because just like the pandemic, thing can happen that's not in his control. That's going to cause things to do, make things different and may not work at that time. He came in and he said, "I'm going to be transparent with you. Let's get together. We got a situation." Now, I'm not going to tell this whole story because I want you to watch it. But what I'm trying to get to is this. How many people, what he could have done? I was in a company and paid $700 for something, and all I got is a few bags of candy because the company shut down. They did not say a word. My computer was quit on me, and then it took me a couple of months before I could get back. When I came back, I went back to the website. It was gone. I sent an email to them, and they didn't answer my emails. And it just disappeared. He asked could have done that. He could have said, "You know what, I'm having this situation, but I'm just going to take off with that money anyway." But he didn't do that. He had the nerve and to come back and say, "Look, Here's the situation, and let's talk about it. And even during that time, he said, if you want your refund, you can have it. But I'm not going to tell the story. But the thing is this. If he was the type, and you can see when you go through all of that, and then you revive it now. We're in revival. We're going to get all the way to 2021. We're going to see, at that time, it was 3,400 founders. Now look at it now, 500-some thousand. That should wake somebody up here. Pay attention. They engage. And he already said today in the webinars, we're going to have to stick to the back office. And I've been saying this, been saying it over and over and over and over. The business is the back office. It's not Facebook groups. It's not no other platform outside of Passive. Your business is the back office. So stay in that, because things going to start moving so fast now. That's where you're going to see everything at. And it won't be coming from our mouth. It's going to come from the back office, and you're going to have to read it for yourself. So that's what I wanted to leave everybody with that. We are a big family. I have never been in a family like this before in a business. And I love this family. I love my business on Passive and my arthurgully.com. Thank you.
Arthur,
Thank you.
Go ahead, Julie.
Go right ahead. I just wanted to say thank you. Oh, thank you. I just want to thank you for your word of wisdom. Thank you for your praising, your singing. That was beautiful. And I do see that Mr. Ash MUFAREH is here with us. And I don't know if I see that he's unmute. So Mr. Ash MUFAREH, I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything that
Never seen Arthur Gully this fired up. What's happening?
Yes, I am.
Are you taking any pills, Arthur? What's happening?
Oh man, I'm just taking a on passive pill.
Send me some.
I take it every day. That's 7 times.
Let me get this straight, Milo and Julie. What is this, a coup? Like, okay, so we get our webinar, and there you go, and you have the best of the best here. Look who we have here.
Ash, we are so excited.
What are you doing?
This family that we've got here, and then for you to show up, oh my God, it don't get no better than that. I said to people today when you said you were going to be on our show and stuff, which I knew, you know, you had told me before, but man, it's like we're walking on cloud now, man. It's just that we're so thrilled with everything that's happening with Own Passive. You know, the way when we talk to the founders and stuff, I can't tell you how excited I get. And I was telling the people earlier today, you know, when I heard the first stories, they're good, but I can't wait till we bring those people back and we find out, you know, what they're doing with those apples.
Absolutely, yeah. I thank you so much, Julie. And you, look, I'm a fan. You're in my background. I'm protesting for you. I'm rooting for you. And, you know, you're doing great. So look at you. You became stars. Look who you attracted. Let me get this right. You got Jeffrey Morlock himself. I'm not sure if that's a double. Pam Turner. Bridget, is that Bridget from Germany? Arthur Gully. Frida herself here. I haven't seen her like in a century.
Yes, from Germany. It's me.
From Germany. Wow. Good morning.
Hold up a second, Ash.
Good morning.
Ash. I want to ask Jeff my question. Are you prepared for that challenge? It don't have to be tonight, because I know time is, you know, progress. But you owe me
I
one.
got you. I got you. I think Ash might have saved you tonight.
Yeah, I think he did. Just have fun. This is the Own Passive way, everybody.
I've got a little song for you when you're ready.
Go for it.
Oh, you want me to do it now?
If it's a little song, go ahead, go for it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I'm totally
we can
out of
do
it,
that.
so I got no chance.
Did Mr. MUFAREH?
So he was wise enough to say not tonight. Yeah. So that would be good. Let's try another month. Yeah.
Are you familiar with the challenge that he put up just before you got on?
It sound like about singing.
Yeah,
feel-
he
'Cause I
challenged
heard
me, and then he went on with the Vince Gill song. So, um, I, everybody's heard of Bob Dylan, right? Well, I
Yes.
got a one-liner in a song that's kind of neat, but I'll do one that's a little better for you after that
do we
because I
get to
love this and
vote?
I've used it. Yeah, we can vote,
Oh,
but
you're
I love
deeply
this one simply because
Martha.
I've used it in videos before, and you guys will recognize it. But this isn't the song. I'll use another one from another artist. But I love it when he says, you know, you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are a changing. That is Unpassive, baby. And I'm telling you, Unpassive is here to rock the world, and you better start swimming because there's going to be a whole lot of people sinking to the bottom when they don't catch on. But I will sing a verse of a song for you and for the founders. It is by an author that I've liked a lot. His name is Don Moen. He is a spiritual singer. The name is from one of his songs called Creator King. And it's one of my favorites for a long time. So because Mr. MUFAREH is here, I'm just going to do one little verse of it. And then I'll consider the challenge being met. How's that, Arthur? This is a Creator King, right? And it goes like this. It says, you who made the mountains and the sea, measured out the universe, and you made me. Echoes of the voice that called the worlds to be, reached throughout the ages and now speak to me. You're my Creator King. And you who made the valleys and the skies, displayed your love on far horizons before my eyes. And you who lit the stars and set the dawn in time, called them all by name, and now you whisper mine. You're my Creator King. So who am I that you are mindful of me? Who am I that you set your love on me? You're my Creator King. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Now, this is the Unpassive way. It's not about just money all the time. It's about
That was
people
great, Jeffrey.
lifting people up and humanity. Thank you all.
He still got
Thank
it.
you,
Yeah,
Ash.
wow. How do you do that? All right, so enough of American Idol Senior Edition. We're gonna go to Julia and Milo show, and thank you for still going on like after all those many hours today. Thanks to my connection, Marty DeGarmo. He made me come here, and he invited me. I see Valerie here. I see you here for the first time. Wow, Griffith, very pleasant to see you.
Oh, you made my heart jump out of my head. I can't tell you how excited I
You
am.
look great.
Well,
Fabulous.
Thank you, darling. I'm in love with you, you know. So if you
Oh.
tell me all those nice things, I'm going to have to fight with my husband.
Good to see you, Chris Johnson here, and Diane.
I want to say just one nice thing to you before you go. I'm an old lady, and I try to tell everybody, all my friends, it's never too late. And I'm an advocate for women, and I'm a spiritual counselor. And they come to me with, I'll never get hired again. I never had the chance again. And Ash, you leveled the field for so many women. I cannot begin to tell you how you've affected me. In all my years, wherever I worked, I was with the Department of Defense for 25 years. I worked as a correctional counselor. I worked all my life, ever since I was 13 years old. And I tell you, I haven't run across anybody with a heart like yours. And I just want you to know you've affected more than you can ever imagine. If an old lady can get out there and hustle again, you know, you've done something good, Ash. And I love you.
I love you too. You know, I think it's not trying to, okay? I actually didn't want any major recognition. I like to be low key. It's you know, it comes with a lot of freedom if you're going to be put on the spot. And it just, I think it's my passion and love for people. I just love people, and I cannot hide it. So Marie Della Selle, how you doing? Good to see you. And Cedric Flowers as well here. Wow, all the stars are here. David and Ron, I see you here live. It's incredible. Thank you. Robert Tantillo, is that how I say it? Do you say the LLO like Pollo Tropical or?
It's Tantulo.
Tantulo, okay. Oh, that's fancy. William Dillmore here. Mario Souza, wow. I see your name everywhere, but first time I see you live. And Carlos Sanchez, this is the first time I see you live in 2021. Hope mom is doing okay. Say hello. And Carol, hello, hello, hello. You look bright and sharp, even close to midnight, yeah. In Vermont, I believe you are. Bruce, good to see you. And we have Marty as well. Hello, hello. And Bob, what a wise man with us. Thank you for being here too. I hope you don't mind it. I just want to say everybody's name, Milo and Julie, after your permission. And if you don't like it, I'm still going to do it. Viviana is here. Tim Dillon is here. David, I'm just feeling home. Wow, this is amazing. Daryl Cook is like a part of the furniture, you know, just like maybe something in the house. Yeah, so good to see you, Daryl. And Key Wendell live. Wow, he's on, which planet is that? Right behind you. Our planet. Cynthia
That's Earth.
Brown.
I'm in the stratosphere, Ash.
Incredible. You look sharp. So Cynthia, thank you so much. You are just a very activist, like everywhere. You don't miss a video, comment, everywhere. Like you are a superstar. So thank you for that. Peter Sroor is here as well. Viviana again, like Rosemary. Wow. I always see you in the community. Good to see you live here. And all of you, Rod Johnson, David, Scott, Todd, I mean, thank you so much. Harry, oh, thank you so much for being here. Incredible.
No,
and
thank you for
the
being
genius, Dr. Georgie. Hello, hello. Yeah, thank you. I want to go on and on, but those people are not going to invite me again. So let me keep my reputation so I don't screw up.
I want to thank you.
Always come on this show.
I want to thank you, Ash, for everything you've done for us. So I want to let you know that. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Always. Wow,
Ash,
it's incredible.
I
Tell
have
me.
always missed telling you thank you. I always say thank you to you when you are not there. So right now, let me take the advantage and tell you directly. Thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. You're an awesome man. Appreciate you, Georgie. Yeah. Wow. So who's not here? All the ugly people. You smash on them. Cindy's not here. That's a good thing. Michael Williams not here. That's amazing. Okay. Finally, they're not stalking us here. All right. So
Oh
what
my
was the
God.
chat about? Yeah. Talk to me, Julie.
Oh my gosh, I'm just speechless, Ash. I really am. I just love just staring at you and the words that you say, and it touches my heart, and then my tears start going. So I'm not gonna do that, but I just love sitting here watching you and hear you. That's what I want to do because
So are we competing with Mike Hordes or what on his
No, we are all
fireside
one
chat?
big. We are all one big family. We don't compete with no one. We love everybody in the family.
Because
And
I'll be
we're just
biased. I'll come with you. Yeah.
we just love people, and we love people to come and talk, and we have fun on Friday nights. We do.
Hey,
So
Ash.
one day when you interview me, I'm gonna interview you back. Like, how did you both connect? She's in California. You are in Tennessee, right?
Yes. Yes, that's
And
correct.
you connected through on passive or elsewhere?
Julie, you want to? No,
Yes.
We want to
both
leave
in
that
another.
exclusive. Don't sell it. Yeah, but I'm just saying on passive or outside, not the story.
No,
we met outside.
outside.
Before or after? Like
Before.
on
Before.
passive. Oh, okay, okay. Wow. That's really good. So we're not
We
new
only met
news.
in person.
We're old
We only
news.
met face to face twice.
Wow. Okay. So are you warm, Milo, there? Are you good? Tennessee's having it.
Yeah, it's cold. We got a lot of snow and ice. I'm snowed in. I can't move, but that's all right. It's good to be that way because I got a lot of stuff to do this way.
You didn't lose
Julie,
power?
no.
All right. So did you talk like do you evaluate the main webinar if you wish, or it's just a different random topic, open mic and round table? What's the theme?
At first, we started with saying I love On Passive with the Heart. It's a group that Milo and I created, and then we wanted to since we do a lot of interview with other people, and then other founders actually reached out and say, I'm too nervous, I don't know what to do. And then we have so many of that messages. And so we thought, why don't we just do a live webinar together? At the beginning, we thought we're just going to do it to our team. But then we're like, no, we have a lot of founders out there, and we like to hear people. We like Friday night to be a heart-to-heart conversation. And then I see that there's a lot of heart-to-heart conversation in other webinar, and every webinar across the board, it was like a heart-to-heart conversation. So I thought, why don't we just do something like Friday night chat, just a fun night, just a fun night where we can have people go in and tell jokes. I think the second one, we had Chipmunk stop by. It was Bill Bland. Yeah. Bill Bland, for some reason, every time when he starts speaking, just the chipmunk voice that come out. So we said, okay, Friday night would be a fun night chat for everyone just together and just having fun together. But we hear a lot of heart-to-heart conversation, and then other guests that wanted to be in our show, that wanted to be interviewed. We just said, jump on to our Friday night, and if you like to just speak, just say hello, just kind of get them out of that shyness. And so that's how it all started on the Friday night chat.
That's incredible. So this is like another program. So we got Julia Milo show, right?
Yes, we do.
And then this is like another new program, right?
This is the Friday night chat.
You're taking over. Yes. Wow.
We're just trying to do our part. That's all. We just try to be here to help. And honestly, we just love the people, and we love the community and what is happening in this movement, where it's going. I like to say, you know, on our show all the time, I'm saying, hey, when it first started, we all come in and we were thinking about the money, but we're now trying to get our hearts and our minds right that we're ready to give away the apples. I guess give away the apples, not the money, the apples. And you know, that's what we want to do, you know, and it's just it's a beautiful
So this is a
thing.
question for you and Julie, okay? And I need your honest and full transparency as we're used to, okay? Here's the thing. You've interviewed a lot of the unpassive founders, so many of them.
Yes.
Some ugly, but mostly beautiful.
Yes.
And
I love it.
the ugly are not here. And truthfully, and this is serious now, okay? How do you characterize the common thing between us, like, or the founders? I mean, we can be honest. Do you see a common character in between them? Do you see
I do.
anything unusual here? Yeah, please.
The good hearts, the hearts. I think that the hearts that I feel when I talk and I interview people is incredible, you know, and it's just that they want to give and they want to give, and it is amazing. It honestly is amazing what we started out, you know, thinking, and now, man, where it has gone. I mean, everyone that comes in and everyone I talk to, it's all about the heart, you know, and how, you know, we're going to give and how, you know, we're going to change humanity. And, you know, it's so true, man, that we're changing the world, you know, Unpassive's changing the world, one person at a time. And
You
guess who
meet
it started?
people in your neighborhood or your community and abroad, you know, aside from COVID. Are you saying there is a more genuine, you know, personality here and like above average or more heart than most places?
I think more hard of places. So far, what we have interviewed are the founders that come in. I think it's more of the founders that struggle in life. You know, the majority struggle in life, that see Unpassive is a bright light of hope. And the more we talk, because every time when we getting together, we talk before the show, and then there's time when we stay after the show, and then we start chatting. And there's a lot of stories that absolutely haven't been said in the show, but at the end of it, like after the show, because you know we would like to do about 20 to 30 minutes content, and after the show is a lot more stories, and those stories are like heart-wrenching, you know, those stories. So I see the variety of founders that come to that share their story is coming from the background that has somewhat struggles more than others.
I understand. So when I met you, Milo, it was a little over a year ago. You were a nice man. You're still nice. I'm going to try with somebody else without being politically correct. What's the downside of our founders? We can talk about that. Like I mean, I understand the pros, but what about the cons? We have to be open. Like what's something like a common critique, if you wish, or critic, if you can help us understand more. This doesn't have to be on the record, by the way, just
right. I don't
it's after the hour. It's Friday night.
Before they know or after they know?
Before they know.
They're everyday people.
The wait.
But when Unpassive is in someone, not that a lot of people are in Unpassive, but the more people that Unpassive is in them, and I say this all the time like a broken record, things change. If Unpassive is in somebody, they share it. They'll tell you, I'm not sharing, I'm not doing nothing with it, leave me alone. Blah, blah, blah. You get them to talk, you get them to open up, and you can't shut them up. Look at Chris Johnson. He does 50 lives a day. In fact, I think his whole life is a live. But he talks about everybody here, their whole life, everything about it is unpassive. Once it's in them,
like when they get baptized in a way.
Yeah.
Like what
No
kids,
joke. No, I'm not joking. I've seen it for 2 years. The company started growing when people had Unpassive in them, when they really knew it. The questions changed. No one asked me, when is it going to launch? No one in 2 months. No one. It's different. When they know, everything changes. I've seen it.
I understand.
Nobody could tell me any different.
Like when the angel shows up, yes, I see. I understand. But do you see a transition before Unpassive, or even while in early stages of Unpassive, and then when that,
when that light bulb goes off?
Effect when the light goes off.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's seen it. Raise your hand if you've seen it.
Intellect level goes up.
No doubt. It's totally different.
Yeah, you can all talk. Anybody can say.
No, Ash, this is how it would be. Somebody gets in 3 weeks ago. They go to the webinars, they go into the fireside chat, nothing. You see them leaning forward. They're afraid to push that mic because it's too heavy. If I see them, I grab them right away and push it, and they do. Once they talk, it's so funny. The next time you talk to them, they're telling you how great Unpassive is. Like you just started. Wow. I mean, you've already had it, but now you hear them saying what you've been saying to them. I mean, that's what I'm seeing every day.
You're helping me. So how can we help almost as many? It's it's a big claim to say everybody, but how can we switch that light off, like with more founders? Like, so how can we make more founders to see it and sooner?
Can I?
What? Yeah,
can I
go ahead,
something?
please.
I'm a psychologist.
Yeah.
And I have found through 80 years of working, literally, that people need you to see them. They need to be heard. Their stories need to be heard. They need to touch your heart as well as you touching theirs. And I see, okay, boy, I'm going to get in all kinds of crap here, but I'm going to say it anyway. A lot of the, I have never missed a webinar that I could help, and I listen. And I think we don't listen to the little guy enough, Ash. There are people out there that are dying for you to look at them. You have a lot of wonderful leaders, but there's those that are not really, I don't want to be a leader. I want to be someone that can lift somebody up. I live in the most impoverished state in the United States. I was telling the story yesterday about a 13-year-old girl wanting to get her high school diploma. Her mother's an opiate addict, and she says, a lot of people call me Rosie, and they said, Rosie, can you do it for me? Can you get me on that academy? And she's 13 years old, raising 5 kids that are not hers. Her siblings are 4 or 5. I can't remember how many she told me, Ash. But there's 100,000 people out there just like us that are dealing with that kind of poverty. So when we hear people ask us, when is it going to launch? I try to be as gentle with them as I can, because the desperation with the COVID and all of the world changes right now, people are hungry. People are afraid, and they want somebody to see them. Just see me. And I see you do the most wonderful job of any superior that I have ever worked for. And I'm not saying you do anything wrong or any of the leaders do anything wrong. I don't see, adore Marty and have before on passive. And I'm telling you, if we touch somebody's heart and we hear what their need is, you're going to own it, because everybody needs to be seen. And I don't mean to, take over here and blah, 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 because you know how old women are. They talk too much. However, I can tell you this much.
To take their chance, to get a chance, yeah, to get that
It is so important.
opportunity.
I was listening to Williams in here. William, I forget his last name. God love him. He's right around here, close by, and he has terrible medical problems. And he comes in and he talks. There he is, William Delorme. And he lets us know how well he's doing and how much he loves the community and how much he loves connecting with people. And I think that's the key, Ash. That's it. And I was listening to a program that Milo did for Bruce Bryant, and they were talking about the real estate people. I know oodles of real estate people. They did the most wonderful interview with their real estate people that I have ever seen on Passive. I mean, and how on Passive can help the real estate industry. And the women that were on there were so impressive, so impressive. One was a CEO, did CEO. The other one was a marketing expert. I mean, we've got such a vast group of people out here, but we all need to be seen. We all need to be seen. And I think too often when we have just all the leaders and you, and then the rest of us are over in a corner, we don't interact as well as we do like here with Judy and Milo. Anybody can talk to anybody, and it's so refreshing. It may not be professional per se, but who in the hell cares? We get the point across, and they can talk, and they can share, and you see their lovely hearts and how much they care about it. Bruce was so funny. He says, well, I don't want you guys to see my underwear. I thought I'd fall off my chair laughing, And he come across as somebody that was kind of rough around the edges, and I just loved him. And the same as Ron Holbert. I have a background in law enforcement. And so it is, here's this lovely man. And I understand this work, and he asked us tonight, who's living paycheck to paycheck? Well, every damn one of us are.
Bunch of kids and grandkids, yeah.
Yeah, taking care. And he said he was married.
And it's the same cycle. Years. It's like same old story, yeah.
But I think it's good and healthy.
We've got to break it.
It's good and healthy to share. Each one of us have a link to each other, because I really believe we're a collective. We were drawn to you because of your heart. And now it is a collective effort at all our parts, because we can't see you fail. We won't let you fail. Our hearts are bigger than yours.
It's all about people. It's obvious.
Yes,
it's all
you
about
said
people.
It tonight on the webinar. All of us together are going to be unbeatable.
Yeah, only together.
Yeah. Reaches. Now I'll shut up. But I had to add that little.
No. But look, I agree with you with everything you said, except when you said I'm old. Okay.
80's old.
What's the definition of old? You're pretty like. I agree with Cynthia Brown. Like, you're wise. Okay, you got a lot of wisdom. You. Thanks for sharing that. So you're not old in our definition. Old is like when your brain is old. You're sharp as hell.
I'll never quit. I hate the thought of retiring.
A bunch of pencils and pens. I can break one technically with 2 fingers, like easy. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's gone. One individual. I broke it. I hope nobody saw that. Okay. I paid for it. Now this is a bunch Not 500,000, but how many?
Yes.
Dozen. Okay. Like good luck to break them. No way. Bonded as steel. Like no way. Cannot break them. This is how we should be.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This is not showing. We're unbreakable together, but individually, we're like straws. It's real. Georgie, you can tell us. That's physics.
I teach a class about water and how water has memory. And each one of us may be a singular drop of water. And I think you mentioned that in one of the webinars. But together we're an ocean. And we have memory of what not to be. And that's what I get so much out of people, what they don't say. When they come on and they're so vulnerable that it makes your heart hurt.
Yeah.
But yet, like William,
Again, we're stronger together.
Yes. And there's
individually, we're
that
fragile.
Out.
Together, we're unbreakable. Right? So we're going to stick together. So I thank you for doing this. Actually, I see the value of it now, you know, to give a chance, to give a...
Ash. Don't ever let them quit. I'll go down.
All right, stay cute, okay, Valerie?
They were the first ones to open our hearts to the people they interviewed. I got a whole lot out of those people. And what Milo and our little darling Julie tells everybody in those classes, and they have other shows about what On Passive will do for you if you're in this business, if you're in the real estate business.
Yeah.
And all of us are in different walks of life, and those shows are invaluable. You know, they need a gold star, Ash. They need a gold star.
Yeah, we all want to be led, okay? So I'm led, you're led, but together we can have a more unified and you know, strengthened tribe, okay? So let me get this straight, okay? What you just taught me now, that people already have the heart before On Passive, but they come to us because of real life, typical life. They still have that kind of buried heart, okay? They're not vulnerable. They're pretty like a closed shell, if you wish. And when you give them the chance, they open up and that heart blossoms. So we're not inventing and creating people and their goodness. It's there. We're just giving it the platform and the opportunity, the podium, if you wish, so they can shine on. And then once they open up, the good in people shows up. That's exactly my philosophy when I thought about On Passive. I thought we all have this common evil, money, or the lack of it, if you wish, financial burden. And once you remove that, we're just awesome, beautiful human beings. And again, I said that earlier on the webinar, we have enough wealth for all of us.
You know,
I don't have to eat your food. Yeah, Ron.
I taught DARE in fifth grade school for a couple of years, and we taught the kids right off, strength is in numbers. You know, that's the most thing, that's probably the best thing you can teach kids at an early age, is strength is in numbers. And it's the same thing with us, 530,000 strong.
Yes,
I agree with you. And again, either we'll listen to you. But either like you lead by fear or with fear or love. I mean, I don't want to go back to the dilemma of politicians. Sadly, I hope you understand. I'm not against politicians. We have to have governments. We have to have law and order. I'm 100% pro systems. Okay. but I'm anti-corruption, okay, in a way. And when there are so many unfit politicians, selfish, just in it, you know, for themselves and family. Some are not even for their family. This is the thing. They'll do anything to survive or to maintain that dirty lifestyle. So they're not looking out for you and me and the flag and the country and all of that. They're looking out for themselves. At any cost, they want to, you know, if it's at our expense, they'll do it. They wouldn't hesitate. That's a problem. What makes me think they don't have value, they're insecure, they're unfit. They don't know better. I'm not saying they're horrible human being. They're just acting horribly because there is good in them. Most of them, I would say, they're human being at the end. And it would be a drastic mistake for us to have hope or faith in them. Change is not going to come from the White House or the Blue House or whatever it is. It's not going to come from there. It's when we are together, we'll do, and we'll help them out. We don't need their help, okay? I mean, come on. Don't you think it's at the end we share the country or services and all of that? So we want it to be safe. We want it to be clean, developed, all of that. So, but we'll give them, okay? We employ them. We pay them. So they should work for us. I'm not against them. I hope you understand. We need to have, you know, the whole entourage in a way, okay? But it's a disaster if we believe that they're going to change our life, no matter what language they talk. It's very obvious their interest, most of them. I'm not even talking about the United States only, okay? Everywhere. If I like you, you like me, we have good harmony, we get along, they're out of business, they're bankrupt. If I hate you, you hate me, business is good for them because that's how they strive at our differences. Who invented that? What purpose does it serve? I mean, if everybody does their fair share, I mean, we'll have beautiful countries and it will be equal. Why does it have to be different in Cameroon than Spain, not far from there, or Italy or France?
Hey, Ash.
So, yeah, Rod. And then the gentleman before wanted to say, yeah, go ahead.
I just want, you was spoken of France, Ash, and I just want to add that. I mean, we are just trading your art. We all here, and all the people I saw in several webinars since 2.5 years, it's even if I didn't saw them, it's the same feeling. I mean, we are spreading what you what you want to us to spread for you, because we are your army of several people around the globe. We don't care about the flag and about the politics and so on. That's all. The other day in Marina's group, I just said we can match the 1 million per day because we will be 1 million funders, maybe more. So
where do you live?
In France, in South France.
You live in France right now. So wow, beautiful.
Yeah, and so we can each of the 1 million funders just put 1 apple every day in your basket, basket. It's another 1 million that you have. And if we put 10 apple a day, 1 million of us, or
he's talking about money. We call it apple. Wait, quick. Okay.
Yeah. Apple, it's too big.
Do you like pie, like apple pie here? I mean, maybe you have creme brulee there. Creme brulee, how do you say it?
Kimberly, no, Kimberly
Creme brulee.
From Canada?
No, creme brulee, which is like the dessert. It's a
Crumble.
Crumble. Okay.
Crumble. That's it?
Similar, but I like apple pie. I don't know about you.
Apple pie. Yes.
A warm one. I like it. You know, Dutch style is good too.
Yeah.
But if you put that on a flag, I'll serve that country.
Well, we have apple pie for sure, but we have wine and cheese.
Of course, yes. Croissants too. So tell me, Rod Johnson.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at, I believe that, unfortunately, that, that a lot of people enjoy, maybe not enjoy, but they want to break people. And, a lot of people are broken in spirit. And I feel that people that are coming into on passive may be broken in spirit, but then they see our community and it strengthens them because they see and they can, they can feel the they can feel the brokenness.
It gives them
And
hope.
off of that brokenness, we gather strength off of that, because there are numbers in that. And I think that's kind of going back to what you were talking about with the government and stuff like that, that's what the government does not want us to have, is the strength in numbers, because there are strength in numbers. That once we start, because we don't focus off of our weaknesses. Each one of us have a strength, and once we experience that strength, and then we strengthen off of, we gain more strength off of your strength, and then I'll gain more strength off of Jeffrey's strength. I'll gain more strength off of Marty's strength, and before you know it, we have so many, so many strands of that rope or twine that are going around and around and around, and before you know it, we're a steel cable and we can't be broken. And I think that's what On Passive does, is that we come in weak, and because of our numbers that are keep on growing and growing and growing, we have gone from a few twines of rope to now we are a steel cable, and we can't be broken. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but that's kind of the way I see it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think our unity and our strength shouldn't be a threat to anyone. If we're, if we're secure and they are secure, we should work as allies. Okay, we're in this together as human beings on the planet. I think what we're doing is just liberating the mind and enabling that financial thing, and I think we'll be helping them in a way. I don't think we want to compete or eliminate anyone's power. Again, at the end, we want to have system, we want to have law, we want to have it's normal, but hopefully it will be cleaner, and without mixing us and pushing us to go against each other as citizens. Do your business. We don't need you. Do it ethically. Are we going to be strong and independent? And we'll help you out. We're paying them at the end.
Yeah, I think that's what
You
they
ever heard
do.
of
I think
anything
they
called the chat
forget.
code?
Sorry, say it again, Rod, and then yeah.
Okay. I think that that's what they forget. I think that they forget that they work for us.
Yeah.
And that's where we have to keep them in check. And that's where they feel like they're getting threatened. But the only thing that we're trying to do is leave a legacy for our family, and leave and build, bring other people up, that are down, and let them do their job and let us do our job, because we as passive, we had the heart for humanity, and let them have the heart to do what's good for the country, and let us do what's good for the people,
Ourselves
for
and
humanity.
therefore the country, yeah, and economy,
Yeah,
and humanity, because it's a win-win situation. We don't have to compete. Everybody got a role in life, and I think when we are weak and weakened, because we're not naturally weak, we got that strength. We just talked about that, and it's already within. It just they suppress it, or intentionally. I mean, generations. It's not like it just happened yesterday. That's how we're adjusted, and when we are weakened, they thrive, and then we need them, and that's how we're the lower hand. Give me, and we become dependent on them. It's like this has to do with us as well. Again, that's saying, ask yourself what you do for your country instead of what you do to your, okay, anyway, the country can do for you. The bottom line is, we are used to give that amnesty to ourselves by giving out lame excuses. We have no excuse not to be successful or strong or united. Only excuses. And those excuses, diminish our prosperity. Let me tell you something. I just said wealth is there. Technology is there. Like Texas, we've talked about it. It's supposed to be the capital of energy or something like that. It's the world's capital of energy. If you're talking about oil, if you're talking about power, come on, Texas. They don't have power, water. 2021. So it's the will, and it's just an excuse. We can talk about politics, but that's no excuse for such a powerful country not to have power just because of a storm. And we often fall into that. Okay, I'm not doing well in life. Oh, it's because of the government. Not because of it's because of you and me, what we do. Okay, life is not good. Money is tight. Behind with that, didn't do well, and then that affects. Valerie can teach us, because when you're not having those basics in life, like the Abraham Maslow's triangle pyramid, if you
Hierarchy
don't
of
have
needs.
the hierarchy of needs, if you have those basics, food and security and shelter and all that, if you don't have that, what do you get out of people?
But this is
Poverty.
what On Passive is doing, Ash. This is what
We're
you're doing
flipping
for
the
On Passive.
pyramid upside down. We're flipping it.
Yeah, absolutely. It wasn't that long ago, if you look back in our history, that we were, especially if you look at militaries, but even families, we were taught to think and act a certain way, and we were not taught to think for ourselves, because I mean, obviously you don't want people thinking for themselves, because then they start to threat the powers that be and that sort of thing. And so you get driven down. It's like Mr. Johnson was saying, we get broken because we get so used to being pushed down, that when we come to On Passive, right, a place of hope, a place of community, a place of connectedness, a place of understanding what is right and trying to do what's right and lift up humanity, we come as somebody broken. And we start to see this hope that you offer. You know, I've told you 100 times, I came in, I was a skeptic. You bet. Mr. Holbert, the policeman, he was a skeptic.
Rod,
How
yeah,
many of
just
you were
Ron.
skeptics? We were skeptics. But we got a grain of something that was goodness that came out of the vision that came out of your heart. And we started to get some hope. And that hope was a spark, and that spark became a little flame. And guess what? We reached out and we connected with somebody, and the energy and the emotion that we got from that, from your vision and from going forward, that energy creates more energy, and it becomes a gestalt. It becomes where the sum of its parts are more than the sum of its parts, rather, or what it has become, like on passive is. So the energy creates energy. The more that we get going, the better we are. This is why you're snowballing, because you're on passive. Is just,
Yeah, we
is
could
a
have
place.
said,
Yeah.
you know, it gets tough sometimes. You think we have always like a beautiful, silky, rosy, you know, satin days. I mean, some days are horrible, but that's just a test for you to just say, well, it's an excuse, an exit excuse or something, or okay, now I can slack, I can give up, I can doubt, all of that. It's a test. But if you stick to your guns, okay, and to your guts always, it will, you can turn it around. Believe in people, they'll believe in you. Like what you're saying, the energy, you know, is contagious in a way. Also psychology, okay. Motion, put the E before that, what it becomes? Emotion. So when that emotion happens, E stands for emotion. When you turn that feeling, love, hope, it draws, or it pushes motion, which is action. So people tend to do action. When you take action, what happens? You get progress. You're not telling excuses or any of that. When you get progress, what happens? You get better results. When you get results, what do you have? That E again, it increases. You have more emotion, meaning motivation. Okay, you got more. So now you're more convicted. The certainty goes up. Like, oh my God! So it's a cycle. So emotion, if you have that, you trigger that in people. So once they have the hope, they take action. Take action, you get results. You know, your motivation goes up, sky rocket. Okay, then more and more, and so now that's why it's unstoppable. It's like a spinning wheel at like, I don't know, 3,000 miles per hour. It's like a rocket. Okay. Yeah. So we have to again, I say, touch the heart before you ask for the hand. All right. So we have to connect. You know, we're human. I mean, business is beautiful. As long as it's a machine, as long as it's a system, it's money, it's objects, materials, all of that, it's got no emotions. It can go so far, but not that far. Okay. Once you add the human element, the heart, see that pulse here in the back between Julie and Milo? Once that is activated, we're unstoppable together again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ish, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I guess I just have one time the chance to speak to you. Is it allowed?
All your time. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what I'm here
My
for. I'm bored. Yeah.
my English is not very good, but I try to find the right words to express myself right. But if I miss words, please forgive me. So I am I'm a sensitive person, and I get always, not always, but most 1 or 2 days before the webinars with you starts, I got some things. I tell it from God. I say from God or from the universe or however you will call it. And you ask, or you said it is because you love human beings, you love the people. Yeah, that's true, you do. But there is something else, and I try to explain it. It is that I got like the information, it's a kind of Jesus awareness, what is inside you. Even you know it from your brain or not, but it's a kind of Jesus awareness, what drives you. It's not that you say, or you must say, okay, I drive now in this way. It's like, yeah, like we brush, we brush, not brush, like we clean our teeth every day. We don't think about it if we can do it, or we open our eyes and we see if we have good eyes and if we are born with good eyes. We don't think about that we can see. We see. And that's what drives you. But maybe that you don't know it from your brain, but it is what drives you. And I guess you got this, oh Gott, was heißt das jetzt? Sorry. This basement from your family, and I know you give it to your family. And from this basement, you build it up, but not in the way that you said, I'm going to build it up now, it will growing. No, it just, it's like it built itself. And so you have this heart, of course, each one can feel it. And you ask how you can attract more people, or how can it go better or faster, or it don't have to be better or faster, because energy follows always the attraction, always. There's no way. So the thing is, what you do is you send, oh God, heißt das jetzt? Oh God, please, I must translate. You send it out by vibrations and it comes to us. We send it out. When I talk to people, they say, Brigitte, you are so, I'm wondering that there is no fire next to you. And I say, but there is, you don't see it. And they say, yes, you are right. And you tell it with such happiness, and you smile, and your face is shining. And I say, yeah, that's because of all this, what's inside it. It's not empty. It's filled with love, with spirit, with soul. And if people don't get it, it's not the time for them. Of course, me too, I don't reach all the people, but I know I reach the right people, and that's enough. And we all, in this information, it came like, I don't know to explain it right, but we have these sentences in Germany. One butterfly can make if he start to fly, he can make a storm, or can, what is it in English? I don't know. A big storm. And we are so many butterflies, and it's important that we do this storm. It's so important. It's so great, because because with this storm we put everything up, and everything go upside down, and some go broken. Some just get some oh God, what is it in English? oh, excuse me, my English, I know it's not so good. Get
You're doing great, Bridget. I hear you, and no, we have to take action. It's not 100% automatic.
it's,
We have to allow it.
yeah,
But
we do this storm, and some things go completely broken, completely. Some gets down, all gets down to a new place, and some have a little bit damage, or what, I don't know the right word. I think it's not the right word, but I guess you know what I mean.
I know
But,
exactly what you mean.
and
What
then,
you're saying Ash is very handsome. Cindy Hopkins is so ugly that you can't stand her. I like you very much, Bridget.
I said, hey, what did I say? Someone is ugly?
I think she lost something in the translation there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What did I say?
You, Bridget. He's teasing you. Don't listen.
Ah, okay. I'm sorry. I tried to speak so good and to
Oh, you're doing great. I'm just breaking the pattern. I'm
okay.
disruptive, yeah.
Okay.
You go, Ash.
So that's why we have to do this storm, that everything can be in a new place, and that the things what have to go out, and you show us. I don't know this. Maybe most of you know the story with the fishes from Jesus. There was just one fish in a wherever. There was just one fish inside something. I don't know the word. And Jesus said,
basket.
Sorry?
Basket.
Basket. Thank you. And Jesus said, no, he didn't say nothing. He just feed the people. He just took the fishes one after one, and all the people just could see one fish. Wow. But his awareness was, no, there is not one, there is enough and more than enough for all. And you are the one who feed us with the fishes. And you give this energy to us. And we collect this energy and give it to others. And in Germany, we say one piece of a chain can just be so strong as the weakest piece is. So that's why we all are so full of love, full of peace, full of wow. Myself, I'm shivering here. I'm sitting in a lot of webinars. I cry. I cannot express myself even in a foreign language, but it's so amazing. I grew up with a mother in a war, and she always was afraid to not have money enough because she have to feed a lot of children. And I took this from her. Even there was always enough to eat, to drink, everything. But I got this afraidness. And some weeks before I start with On Passive, I said, she's already gone, my mother, but the energy never goes. And I said to her, thank you, Mama, that for this experiences to have this afraidness, but you know, it's not mine, it's yours. I give it back to you, and I give it with all my love and all my respect to you. And I said, but I know that we have the right to live with all the fullness from God. And also money is energy and love. And if I handle this with love, it's allowed for me to have money for me, my family, and to give it away. Because as much you give away, as much can come back to you. And after I prayed in a special way around 12 weeks or maybe a little bit more, suddenly my girlfriend Sylvia came to me and told me about on passive, and that was for me like, yeah, energy follows always your attraction. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Wow. So immediately, like when Sylvia told you, like immediately, like you didn't like question anything, like you just, okay, this is for
No,
me.
no, I said no. She said,
Oh,
Brigitte,
you
I
said
said,
no, thank you. Okay, okay.
no, no, I didn't say no, thank you. She started again. I said, no. I interrupt her, or she started to talk, and I say, no, Brigitte, no, Brigitte, no, don't tell me this is this and this is that. It's just MLM. It's cheating. It's no. I was very against it, very much. And she said, okay, you don't want your business drove by itself. I say, what do you mean by itself? You get people which come to you. You don't have to do advertising. You don't have to do. I say, that's not true. And she said, it is. But if you want to know more, you must go to the webinar. And I go to the webinar and I didn't understand nothing. And I go second time and I didn't understand nothing. And I said to Robert, I'm sorry, maybe I'm stupid or I don't understand nothing. And he said, welcome to the club. And I say, okay. And I go a second time and
Who was the
suddenly,
speaker? Must have been Cindy.
no, Robert and Manuela.
Oh, okay, the
From
German one. Okay.
I am German. So, but I go also to the English to get better English, to learn better English. Anytime I get the new word, and I try to keep it and to learn better English. And then I got suddenly
Daryl Cook will launch English classes in Academy, maybe.
Sorry?
You know Daryl Cook on the Leadership Council?
Yeah.
He's an educator. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be teaching English on Academy.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good.
Oh, I'm just suggesting that. Yeah, I don't know if you would.
I try. What I learned on my own. I've got a little bit talent in languages, and so I speak some languages. Not perfect, but yeah, okay. And so suddenly I got goosebump from up to down, from down to up, from up to down. It didn't stop. And I got a kind of joyness that I was dancing in my flat, my apartment, yeah. And I was full of energy, and suddenly I did not understand from my brain, but from my emotion. And that's when I called Sylvia and said, I do it immediately. And from this time on, I go to the webinars, I read I read the things on passive, I write, I look the YouTube videos, everything, as much I can.
Good job. Thank you so much. So you just helped me think of something. I need your brain, everybody. I don't know if you're falling asleep. It's not my fault. But if you're here, you got to be alert and sharp. Okay. I see some brain here. I've heard you before, Cedric. Maybe you can weigh in. Anybody understand the human brain? and like marketing engineering in a way, like to articulate how the brain functions. So what I'm getting from Bridget here, that if we're not mixed up with other experiences, sadly, like negative experiences in the past, and around on passive, if everybody comes like blank and they see and they get a chance to understand and open up to on passive, the whole world will come with us without resistance. So it seems like if we figure out how can we differentiate on passive from anything else, detach, disconnect, empty the cup in a way, and give us the opportunity, I mean, it would be hard to get a no almost. So how can we have that, like, in a way, totally disconnect from any like any negativity, like, you know, whether it's network marketing, MLM, not that we're opposing that, but it just the notion, the stigma with it, okay? It's all questionable, or bad business practices, or unethical business models up until now. It's all, you know, questionable. It's hard to believe. They like, okay, what's in it for me? And, you know, always like, what's the catch? It's always hard to trust that, okay, it's really for the people. So how can we cross that bridge to immediately go to the heart and to the brain? And we want them to believe it. It's not like, okay, don't think. No, we want their brain as well, but without the mix of everything else.
Change your programming.
I think, Ash, you know, the problem is that you're always going to have skeptics until you can prove them wrong. And that I think is where you know, we're going to have to be. We're going to have to prove to the people that are the skeptics that say, no, you can't do this, that, oh yes, we can, just watch us. And then once we've done it, now you're going to convert them.
Got a good point.
So deal with
that
it.
in the
It's
video.
gonna be there. Like you're not in any way seeing there's a way to, before we get that block, to kind of like detour or bypass it. There's no way. You're saying we're gonna get through that. We just have to overcome it or deal with it.
Yeah, that's right. And I in my mind is, and it's with people that I've dealt with here since I've been involved, and it's been, you know, for the last year. You know, you just have, you know, like we say, we're not ramming it down anybody's throat of what we want to do, but they just cannot see the trees for the forest for whatever reason. And, you know, like you said, we can't spend the next 3 weeks just trying to convert this one person to believe what we're telling them, although we know and we have seen and we've studied and done our due diligence, but they just can't see it. No matter how hard you try, there's just some people that you can't, or they don't want to see it. And that's a thing. I mean, so that's kind of been my experience in the last year. But, you know, you try your best and you keep sending them a video or what have you. And unfortunately, we're not going to get everybody.
Yeah, another thing is if somebody has me do like a three-way call, they start to tell me about the person, I automatically tell them, no, I don't want to know about them. I don't want to know what they are, what they do. I don't want to know none of that because I don't want it to change me. I don't want to. I don't want to have an idea what they want. But one of the first things I ask them, because you know you're on the phone call to talk to them about a business, and so do they. So I ask them, "What are you looking for?" They get kind of quiet. And, what do you mean? I mean, what would be your ideal thing? I mean, what are you looking for business-wise? Well, I'd like to have this, 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 and this, and this. And it's all the things that Unpassive made. So it makes it very simple because they just sold themselves into the business and I'm already in.
They
Now,
presented to you before, yeah.
oh yeah, they're telling
without
me
a
the whole
name, and
story.
then you just
Yeah,
put a
without a
name on
name.
it. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't like, what did you hate about business? Well, I can't market, I can't do traffic. I'm sick and tired of spending all the money on Abe Weber. I don't know how to do pages, and I'm going check off, check off, check off, check off, check off. And at the end, so I got good news for you. The business that I was going to tell you about, you just explained it. It costs $97 to be a founder. And if you'd like to know more, I'd recommend you go to a webinar or something and hear more details. And we've got videos. Is there anything else you'd like to know? And well, you didn't really tell me anything. I said, well, I asked you what you wanted. And you told me, and I made a checklist, and I said, okay, we got that. Yeah, we got that. We got that. So he actually sold himself. Now, if you get the other guy or other woman, I've had women too, well, they come on and start telling you what the business is like. I have the same thing on my phone that everybody else does. It's called a red button, and I push it, and I hang up on them. Now, they automatically think it's a bad connection. So they always call you back. Marty, big mistake. We lost the connection. So, oh, no. No. We didn't lose anything. It's 2021. I didn't lose the connection. I pushed the red button. It says end. Oh, you hung up? Yes. Why? Well, I don't think you came on here to tell me what you thought. It just doesn't make sense to me. If you already had your opinion, we could have saved each other a lot of time. You say what you believe and you stay there, and I don't waste my time trying to talk you into something because I wouldn't do that anyway. That person got in eventually, but he had to play his game first. But I don't play those games. Unpassive. The only thing bad about Unpassive is it only costs $97. It's the worst thing that could have happened, my opinion. Why? Because you're getting a multi-million-dollar business for $97. You might as well put the quarter in the air. That's the only thing bad that happened. Other than that, you got $1 million business. Don't talk to me like I really don't care what you think. It's not. I'm not trying to be nasty, but don't tell me what you think. But if you go to people and ask them, "What are you looking for?" and they'll tell you they're looking for Unpassive. It's that simple. They almost always do it. So just
And if
stay
they don't
cool.
get it, what do you tell them? I know what you tell them. The
Kiss
Marty
my,
Dharma.
no, I'm just kidding.
You
No,
tell them, you're dead to me.
you're dead to me. Yep, next. Or I push that red button. No, but I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm just saying, let them tell you.
Okay, tell them I'll pray
everybody's
for
looking
you.
for Unpassive. Yeah. Everybody's looking for Unpassive. They just don't know it yet. Let them tell you what they want. Let them tell you what they want. And if they don't tell you what they want and they're that other person, you don't want to work with them anyway. I don't care if it's your brother, your uncle, Freddie, Bobby next door. Some people are not meant to be founders.
Yeah.
They're just not meant to be founders. Let them go, because if you have to sell them today, you got to sell them every day of the week, and it's not worth it. They just drag you down. All right, I'm done.
Yep, they
Hi,
need help.
Ash.
Claudia, how you doing?
I'm
Good
good.
evening.
How are you?
Fantastic. I enabled you. I saw your name.
Thank
And
you
I
so
said,
much
okay,
for that.
you and Chanda, of course.
I'm
Yeah.
always trying to creep in somewhere, but yeah, I don't quite get through as often as I'd like to. But I have something to add to that. I think Marty's absolutely right. But the other thing that I found really, there were two things actually. First was Ash's video that I saw. And what I had seen at that time with Ash explaining it. Now, I heard some people saying, Ash, I have to be truthful. Oh, when I first saw Ash on the video, I was not convinced. Well, in my life experience, when I first heard your video, I was convinced because of that video, because I saw a man who was on a path, who felt that I can do it, but I can't take everybody with me. And that really bothers me. So just to explain how I actually perceived that video. And I looked at your, I guess in a way that would have been your failure, that you couldn't take people with you, and that bothered you. And I thought, you know what, and then the whole scamming thing, how, you know, you were deceived. And I thought that happened to Ash for a reason, because he needed to be taken off that path and put on a different path and be able to take people with him. So that's what I got from your personal video. So another video from you like that would be fantastic. That's one thing that I found helped me. And the other thing that I find, everyone, being a business owner myself, every person who has a small business, or people who are online that you see, they're affiliate marketers and they're trying to, you know, promote a business, and you can tell they're struggling. They're out there on Facebook, they're posting everywhere and anywhere and to anybody. Those people on passive would be a great thing for them. So it's not all about, I know on passive with Oh Bless, it's going to be great, you know, charity wise, and it's going to help a lot of people, but it isn't all about finding the people who are, only the people, I should say, who are in need that way, but also small businesses who are struggling. And we all know that the unpassive platform is going to be fantastic for their business. So why not approach it that way and say, hey, you know, I have something that I really think is going to help your business. And then you're going to attract a whole different audience. So that's my opinion anyway. I think it depends on who you're trying to attract.
Yeah.
To unpassive, on how you go about it. I'm done.
Hello. Hello.
Yeah, Cedric, go ahead. Thank you, Claudia.
Yes. How you doing, Ash? I wouldn't forgive myself if I had to see you on this our Hollywood Squares and not say thank you. I get a chance to say thank you to you, and if I get a chance to see you, I owe you a big hug and a shake. You know, just shake your hand, man.
Of course.
You a blessing in disguise. I just can't explain it. I mean, you for me personally, you taking me away from a lot of pain and agony of defeat. You making everybody, in my opinion, heart to smile. You know, you bringing so much constant joy. You just I can't explain it. I'm like that duck in the water. I'm so full of joy. I don't know what to do. You know, because I like I say all the time, you taking me away from running in place. I'm running to all these countries, and this is something I've been looking for. I done worked a lot of jobs, and they was nice jobs, good paying jobs. You know, I'm not gonna get into this minimum wage thing. That's crazy. But I've been working. Well, I think because I had some union jobs, but I was never content. This is what I've been looking for, but I never knew what I was thinking about. Because people would say, what's on your mind, Sedge? But this was on my mind, but I didn't know what it was. I know it got to be something better, you know? And on passive is it. That's why God bless you, man.
God bless you, brother. Yeah.
You a Picasso. You're a new version of Picasso to me. This is the best blueprint I ever seen in my life, because I think it will permanently eliminate poverty. You know, I see
at least minimize. At least, you know, we're not gonna like eliminate, eradicate. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
But we'll shoot for the moon. If we miss, we'll land on the stars. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Every time I see this online, I'm trying to get a hold of them, but it seems like they keep ignoring me. But it's this Poor People's Campaign with Reverend William Barber, and I'm putting that link out to global wealth building. But I think it will help a lot of people. You know.
Absolutely. Cedric,
This is
have you considered singing? You have a beautiful voice. I will vote for you over Arthur or Jeffrey.
Thank you. I always get this Teddy Pendergrass look, but I'm not no singer. But I just want to thank you, man. I wouldn't be able to
Want
sleep
to
tonight if
break
I
the
didn't say
pattern
thank you
again.
while you
Don't
were on
worry,
this.
okay? You're amazing.
Hello. Can I say
love-
hi to you?
Yeah,
I've been
you
waiting
can.
to say hi to you guys, and
Hi.
Ash,
Hello.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I just want to say hi because I don't usually speak, but yeah, my uncle got me in July was 2018 August 8th, or well, August 9th it's put in there, but it was August 8th. For some reason it says August 9th, but in regards to that, I just wanted to say thank you. I so appreciate you, and I can't wait to meet you and give you a big hug.
Thank you.
So
My pleasure, yes.
and I feel like I know all you guys. I was just on the Julie and Milo show too, so that was difficult, but it was fun. They make you feel so comfortable.
Yes, it's all about people. So
Yes.
yeah, you just
Thanks.
reminded me, Claudia, also too, like where we come from, like we know the problem. We can easily understand like what Marty DeGarmo explained, and we covered, a few times, what would be the ideal business? Like we can all win fairly. We know that. It just somebody has to have the will. So it's within us. We just have to enable it and go after it. We have to take action. It will be a dream. The other thing is like, what is a more meaningful success? Like just money, wealth alone, or still money and wealth, but with a whole lot of people? That do you have this connection? Do you put a price on that? Like the hugs and the prayers and you cannot buy that. You cannot buy it. Trillions of dollars or billions, worthless if you don't even have that love or some of it. So the challenge is for me in the beginning. Now it's easier, and it will get easier as we have more evidences, if you wish. I don't try to dismiss or to undermine the human intelligence. It is there. They're skeptical, so I know it's there. They have reasons. I know, their pain and where they come from. So you have to address it. And it's hard to make them in the beginning to know that you're different, because we know how we think. I think just like you. I'm skeptical. You thought Jeffrey or Braun is skeptical. I'm skeptical too, because it didn't happen before. We all have that skepticism and that doubtful mentality, but we just have to take the first step. I mean, I didn't have On Passive. I didn't have the products. I didn't have hundreds of employees. I didn't have the capital. I didn't have the office. I didn't have any of that. I just had the idea and the belief. If we come together, we'll pull it off. We didn't know how long it would take, what it would cost. I think we're at a better place today than 2 years ago.
Ash, could I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, no, whatever you want. So this is
Okay.
open. Yeah.
Now that you've come this far, how does it make you feel?
Proud, more confident, and really, I mean, did I want success? Did I want to have financial security and wealth, I'm going to also respect your intelligence. Okay. Yes, I had that in mind, but today I'm more fulfilled with that love and that connection and bond I have with the founders. It's sweeter. It's more beautiful. I enjoy it more. Yeah. So
So
I'm done.
then
Like I'm way successful now. It's just the numbers, you know, that's automatic. It will come. But I have achieved something I didn't even expect. I actually thought I'm gonna resist it. Like I didn't want fame and all of that. I just want to have freedom. I want to be unknown. Okay. Not like anonymous or invisible, but like I didn't want to have so much of that. That it happens. I'm not talking about outside the founders, but with the founders, it's a beautiful thing. Not only like founders, Ash founders. I love also you and him and her with them and all of that. So like what we talked about in the beginning, that that connection, that trust and that love and hope, that, you know, so much positive commonality, and what Rod was talking about, we dare to think we can do it independently. This is a beautiful, powerful thing.
so you
I thank you for
feel
that
like you've
question.
achieved. You feel like you've achieved what
Exceeded
you wanted.
exceeded my expectation, and I got something more beautiful. Like you're going to, let me give you a true story, okay? Somebody's calling you for, you're having a dinner with your friends, okay? Just happened to me, and somebody call you, a family of a friend. Their car broke down on the highway somewhere. They call you for help. Okay, I'm gonna go help. So let me. You go, a family, and well, the car is hopeless. You give them your car, tell them I'll take care of this. I'll deal with it. It's like midnight. And that family is my wife's family today. So you go to fix somebody's car or just to give a hand, and you walk away with a wife. Exceeded my expectation. I'm not expecting like, okay, I'm gonna go spare my car, but then you walk away, like not instantly, like after a while. Oh wow, so that was a good accident.
Fantastic.
Same way, I went to pick up money and fix, you know, have like a marketing solution and all of that. Yeah, sure. But I walked away with a lot of real family and friends. I didn't expect that. Like we'll come this close.
Wow. So here's my next question to you, Ash. Sorry, guys, I don't want to take up the whole thing, but I've been wanting to ask this for months and months and months. So Ash, you were just asking us about how we would approach people and, you know, try to take the skepticism away from Unpassive. So you being a marketer, what advice would you give us?
Very good question, and I thank you. And I'm desperate for somebody to ask me that, and I think I say it often. Okay, give yourself more, or like increase your value. Be more valuable, that you're attractive. So this is exactly what I'm doing with Unpassive. I'm building up massive value that you cannot avoid. You're gonna have to have it. So I'm not gonna come to you, you're gonna come to me. Or anyone is gonna have to come to Unpassive. I'm just building an irresistible, like irrefutable value. You cannot avoid it. You're gonna have to have it. It's arrogant, but it's the truth. Like Marty DeGarmo said, the $97, or even if it's a couple of $100, like on that value. So that is gonna be an insane decision, like for anybody to avoid. Like you get all of this for this value, yes. With the traffic, the automation, the commissions, and the oh bless, and the love and the harmony? Yes. So that's what I would do. So I don't go to people. I refuse to focus on the product and mechanics, and I'm the best business model and this and that, and no. I just add value. I'm attractive enough. You're going to have to look at what I'm doing. I'm going to get your attention. Speaking
Ash,
you, the market. Yeah.
What you've done is absolutely amazing. And the way I look at it, that is, if you want to be different, you have to do different.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you've done.
Yeah. I'll tell you an example, Dave. Is it okay? My brother, okay, younger brother. So yeah, I asked my mom. We're a very close family. Is he working? Like, not now, but previously. Okay, no. And I like, brother, what's happening? Like, what you're in your 30s? Like, well, nobody's hiring me, and that just breaks me. Nobody's hiring me. Okay. Make it. Like, you should hire somebody. Like you create the opportunity in a way, and don't feel a victim. Don't make it. Doesn't matter what it is. You are responsible for your destiny. You're in charge. You're in control. So again, it's like an excuse, and I say, well, oh, I get it. So let me try to hire you. Like, I'm gonna show me what do you do, what you're good at. In other words, what's your value?
Ash.
If you're valuable, I'm gonna be interested in at your value to the market. Yeah, you tell me. But one more thing, nobody is like me, or nobody want to marry me or something, because of your value.
Ash.
Don't take me wrong. There are some exceptions. There are some excuses. Life is not always like, black and white. But for the most part, the more valuable you are, the more attractive you are. Yeah, go ahead.
Just one thing that I want to finish off with. You get a lot of accolades, man. And I'm not here to do that tonight. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I think we need to give the accolades to your wife for all that she puts up with the time that you're away, from her and Omar and your new little guy. You've got a special lady, and that night that you helped them out, she was a blessing to you in your life, and you're a very, very lucky man.
Thank you. I am. I didn't know how she accepted me, but thank you so much. Yeah.
Ash, may I?
Yeah. Tim? Who's that?
Yeah.
Where are you? Hello, Tim.
I'm behind that rainbow.
All right. Beautiful.
And that rainbow has a lot to do with what I want to say. I want to thank you for
Did
giving
you
us,
wear your red T-shirt on Valentine's Day?
of course.
Beautiful.
But you have given us all the opportunity to dream about that rainbow. I thank you for that. You have restored our belief in dreaming and dreaming big. I look at all these people on, quote, the Hollywood squares, and there's a lot of wonderful people here who have learned to dream again. They can remember when they were children and they dreamed and imagined. We, as we grew, were subjected to teachings that took the dream away and put us into the, quote, corporate world, the work world. We have learned from you and from On Passive, that we have a chance to dream again. And with those dreams, we will be able to help a lot of people rejuvenate their dreams. I thank you for that. I also thank all those wonderful people that work in India in those offices for us and do the wonderful job that they're doing. They deserve a big hand, round of applause. They deserve every bit of it.
Indeed, yes.
I thank you all for coming on this journey with us. Can't wait for the clutch to pop and go down that road. Enjoy.
Thank you, Tim. That's beautiful. I thank you so much. Yes, and if you think about it, there are people who are going to the office and taking a chance and a big risk, and they catch COVID. For us, we're hopefully avoiding that risk, and somebody's working on our future, putting that sacrifice. Yes, we owe them.
Ash, if I may.
Tell me, another Marty.
Yes, scary. Again, I have to echo what everybody was saying, or I'm going to say it in a different way. Thank you so much for not going the easy route of venture capital, but rather opening this up for all of us to participate in. And for that, we're eternally grateful. But I'd like to take a quick stab at answering your core question of how can we do it perhaps in a different way to avoid the doubt, skepticism, or pushback. And to me, and I can't help it, I've been a copywriter, marketing, sales training guy for over 4 decades. Now, well, until On Passive, blissfully retired. But it's all in what are we presenting and how are we presenting it? And some of that comes out of our own experience and mindset. And by that, I mean, the better example would be, what if young Bill Gates, you know, in his college days before he dropped out, you were in a class with him and he came up to you and said, hey, I have an idea. I think it's a great idea. I'm starting this company. I'm taking on a certain number of founders or partners. Would you like to participate in that? And if so, we might all get very rich, you know, if that's what the appeal was. And so in hindsight, you go, if that appeal had come from a young Billy Gates at that time in your life, would you have gotten with him? Or knowing what you know now, of course you would have. So whatever the faith that those people expressed in him and his ability drove them to say, sure, I'll get on board with you. I'll go on that ride, and the rest, as they say, is history. Well, the other thing is I can't help but think in headlines most of my life, and so I came up with a phrase that I hope was good or acceptable, and that is, you've never seen anything like this because there's never been anything like this. And to the other end, I always make my own videos and marketing materials because I can never stand to wait until corporate does it. And I've shared some of those on Passive Nation Facebook group and sent them to Marty and Red and a few other people. But I was trying to have materials that anybody could send on a personal basis to friends or acquaintances of theirs or whatever that kind of do the filtering for you. And one of the ones I'm kind of proud of, at the top it says, and I hate having to describe a picture, but it says, if I didn't tell you about this, I'd feel really guilty. And the next line, it shows On Passive logo. And under that, it shows the logo of all the products for business that On Passive will replace. And I labeled it, this On Passive will replace all these, with an arrow pointing to those and more. And I send that and I wait for a response because typically there's going to be one. What are you talking about? Then I send them a video I say, after you see the video, let's chat about this. And the video kind of lays it out, you know, in a, I hope, a unique way. But the point is, I have to agree with Claudia 1000%. It's all the people that I've introduced this to that have become founders were people that I know were doing online marketing and all that kind of thing. The whole thing about marketing boiled down to its essence is problem, solution. And they all know the problem, but there's never been a solution like this. And once they saw that, I didn't get any pushback anymore. They go, that is unbelievable. All right, tell me the big gotcha. How much does it cost? When I tell them $97, you're kidding me. And they, you know, they couldn't wait to do it. But I guess, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just kind of blowing up here with excitement. But some people have even asked me, or I've seen questions goes, well, when is it going to launch? And my answer to them is, what if you knew now it was going to launch tomorrow, what would you do different tonight that you haven't been doing up till now? And I just let that question hang in the air. So, yep, that was.
Well, I appreciate that. That's brilliant. Yeah, thank you. And in, you know, connection to that, I think, which is, I mentioned, like most, say, gurus and marketers, they're intelligent. I'm not saying they're not. They're smart too. But one thing they do unintelligently or not smart, they underestimate people's intelligence. So they think they're capable of fooling people, or like I give them, like they treat people as sheep or just rocks, and you know, they'll get away with it. Yeah, you fool a few. But even sometimes, how many times we knew what we're into, we're just like taking a chance or a bet, like a random gamble. We knew it's hard to believe. And that's how they do it. That's why it's not sustainable. They make campaigns and they make a couple $100,000 maybe here and there. But it's not sustainable. It's not scalable. They cannot repeat it. You just have to work on it again and again. And it's not like clean money. There's dirty money and there's clean money. Have you had less money that was more blessed and you bought more and like was, oh, wow, so good? And had you had a bunch of money that's like, where did it go? There's money that is very blessed, clean. There's dirty money that you do not going to enjoy it. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Ash. I always think you're about to cut it off. I'm sorry. Don't mean to interrupt you. But yeah, what he was just saying about the small businesses. So the few people, I'm sure this will make a few people laugh. I think there was 3 people that I had approached that had small businesses, and I just happened to see them in groups on Facebook and talk to them, and they ended up coming into Unpassive and they completely ignored it. They completely did nothing. And I think it was probably a month later, they were asking me, so what is it really? I'm like, I thought I explained that pretty good to you, but I'll explain it again. So it's so funny, but the business they were in, they don't even care about it anymore. They totally dropped it. It's just, to me, it's mind-blowing. It's hilarious because they're all saying, wow, I didn't realize I don't even need what I've been doing all this time, what I've been marketing all this time. It's gone. But at the same time, I could use it for that business too, but I don't really think I need to. So it's kind of great. It was really great to see their reaction when they realized what Unpassive actually was.
So you're having fun with it.
I think we are, as Brigitte said just before, we need to educate ourselves. Each of us, I think we are well educated here on Passive because we know the stuff. We are going to the webinar. We are listening to you all speaking about, so we can summarize. We can summarize what is the best for us, for the people that we're gonna speak with. And as I was on Charles' webinar the other day for the French community in Africa, with I don't know, maybe on my one at 11 a.m. in the morning Eastern, it was not a regular webinar because I started just 3 weeks ago. I have hundreds of people, and what Dr. Georgie or Joseph, the other presenters said to me, it's passion. It's passion, Thierry. The passion you give to the people, it's unstoppable. If they feel the passion you have inside you, they won't turn back for sure. Like Claudia said, some people will put it on a desk somewhere, and maybe one day they will recall. But I mean, the passion can move. Look what Ash's passion did for all of us since 2.5 years only. It's just magical. So I think the passion is making us magnet, like I told to Milo and Julie when I did the interview. I mean, we are magnet. We are magnet, and it will come alone. I don't care about the people if they say no or what. It will come. I know it.
Beautiful. So Milo, Julie, you've interviewed enough of us, okay? And you've listened to us, like whether on the webinar or on your show. Now, on a scale 1 to 10,